Hello, good morning, well, we are good morning, I guess. I thought I was nearly saying good afternoon then. Good morning, how you all doing? Leyton Orient against Stockport County today, League One playoff semi-final. We're back again for another big day of Saturday football here on Premier League Dad. We are going to be watching 4 games back-to-back today, 4 games back-to-back tomorrow too. So if you love watch-alongs, no matter what team you support, this is the channel for you. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and all that good stuff. We're going to be live today, first off for Leyton Orient against Stockport County. Straight after that, we've got Fulham against Everton at 3 o'clock. Then we're going to be doing Bournemouth against Aston Villa in the 5:30. And then we're going to be going to La Liga for Atletico Madrid against Real Sociedad. Sociedad really need to get a win there to keep their European hopes alive. But for this morning, certainly for this afternoon, we are going to be concentrating on Stockport County and Stockport County Leyton Orient. This is the first leg. Second leg is on May the 14th. Dave Challoner, Stockport manager. If you remember Dave Challoner, long throw specialist from Tranmere back in the day. Really looking forward to this game. I think there's it's a tough one to call, I think. A really tough one to call. Malcolm Cooper, can we watch the game live on here, please? We can't, mate. I'm sorry. We can't watch the game live on here. Again, as much as I'd love it, I really would. It'd be fantastic for my views and my subscribers. But no, I can't. I can't show the game. If I show the game, then sadly, I will lose my channel. So absolutely not. I can't do it, mate. Jaden Reese-Thompson, 17 days in a row. Good lad, Jaden. But I should say, before we get started, before we get stuck into the watch along and the teams and all the build up and I guess we need to find out and look into exactly what's gone on in the season. Let's tell the tale of how Stockport and Leyton Orient ended here. But we can go through all that. I'll be taking your questions throughout the game as well on all sorts of things. The Premier League games that are kicking off later today. We'll be talking about the Champions League final, the Europa League final, the Conference League final. We'll be talking about everything. The Championship playoffs that we saw on Thursday and Friday. Sheffield United taking a big lead at Ashton Gate. And Sunderland last night, Coventry giving away that chance right at the end. Sunderland sticking away that late winner at Coventry. Big opportunity there. So I think both of those two have got one foot in the playoff final at Wembley. But we shall see. But I should say, before we get stuck into the stream, a big thank you to our sponsors on Premier League Dad, Match Bingo. Match Bingo are sponsoring Premier League Dad for the remainder of the 24-25 season. All of our watch-alongs. Again, as a reminder, we do more than 60 watch-alongs a month on this channel. About 3 to 4 times more than any other watch-along football fan channel that you're aware of. And we cover more games than anyone else. That's why we're the best. Come and follow us. We watch all sorts of games all around the world. And Match Bingo are sponsoring all of our lives to the end of the season. If you've never heard of Match Bingo before, I'm absolutely certain that you will do over the next 12 months. They are a brilliant app. It's a new app that combines all of the excitement that you would associate with football betting and sports betting. If you like a bet on the footy, as I do, if you like an acca or a parlay, as they call in America, if you like anything like that, then Match Bingo will be perfect for you because it combines all the excitement of sports betting with all the excitement and fun that you would associate with a game of bingo. You get a match card, a bingo card with 15 random events on it, and it'll say things like, for example, Arsenal corner, Liverpool free kick. We'll be watching the Arsenal-Liverpool at Anfield tomorrow, but it'll say things like that, for example. And as the game is going along, it ticks it off on your card. You will see it disappear. And if you get a line, if you get a full house, you get paid out on that. There's over £200,000 of prize money that's been paid out by Match Bingo, and over 10,000 active players in the UK. And right now, if you deposit £5, you can click the link on the screen right now. Or rather, you can scan the QR code on the screen right now, or you can click the link in my description. If you deposit £5, you get £10 free to go and check Match Bingo out and go and see whether or not they're for you. Go and check them out. They're absolutely brilliant. I've got my bingo card. Go and get yours. Go and check them out. They're absolutely fantastic. Really good guys as well. And they are sponsoring and helping us grow this channel, our community. We've only been going since January, would you believe? And we've grown already to nearly 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Growing across all other platforms as well. TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, X. We're on all of them. Go and check us out. One of the fastest growing football fan channels around. Great community of fans all around the world who watch us. And And today we're focusing on the League One playoff semi-final, Leyton Orient against Stockport County. Callum, it's match day. Alpa Atleti, yes, yeah. Atletico Madrid against Real Sociedad tonight at the Wanda Metropolitano. We'll be watching that 8 o'clock kickoff. But for now, as I say, we're focusing on Leyton Orient and Stockport County. Leyton Orient, of course, finished in 6th position, securing that final playoff spot towards the end of the season with that run of, was it 5 or 6? 6 wins, I think they got towards the end of the season. And they got that big run towards the end that saw them overtake, your Readings and Boltons and just clamber in there at the very end. Stockport, I think they'll probably be a little bit disappointed that they didn't quite secure an automatic playoff place. Again, they had a fantastic run towards the end of the season. Only one draw and 7 wins. 1 draw, 7 wins in the last 8 games. But they did lose that big game against Wrexham, didn't they? And that was probably the decisive one in the end. That big win for Wrexham. So there you go. That was the game that decided it, I think, for Stockport. But I think Stockport would still fancy themselves over 2 legs here to get past Leyton Orient. They finished 9 points clear of the Orient in League One this season. But of course, lest we forget, Leyton Orient have got the top scorer in League One with Kelman. So Charlie Kelman up front for Leyton Orient, and he does start today. American Charlie Kelman. And we've got the team news in, so I'll go through that in just a moment. But let me know in the chat what you're thinking about this one. Let me know how you're feeling. Gareth Ainsworth in the studio there. Ex-Wickham. Yeah, I do. I think to be honest, League One, it's been an interesting watch, League One this season, but I've always felt that it would be those 3 coming up. Birmingham, Wrexham, Stockport. I know Charlton and Wickham will be an interesting watch. We're doing those as well. We are going to do those as well, but I really do think that Stockport and Wrexham and Birmingham were the 3 that was always likely to come up this season. James, does Match Bingo employ Tom Dale to call out the events? Tom Dale, king of the callers. No, sadly not, mate. No, sadly not. But as I say, click the link in the bio. Go and check them out. They're absolutely brilliant, Match Bingo. They are absolutely brilliant. Charlie Kilman, Omar Beckles, or Omar Beckles, as they call him. There's some really interesting Ethan Galbraith as well. Ethan Galbraith, ex-Manchester United, in the Leyton Orient side. There's not too many injuries looking at it. Nick Powell obviously still out. That's a big blow. Nick Powell's not quite recovered. But yeah, Dave Challoner, Richie Wellens. Head v head today. League One playoff semi-final. Who's it going to be? Leyton Orient still had a great season, didn't they? I mean, look, if you think back to the game against Manchester City, of course. In the FA Cup, halfway line goal. It was a big moment for him, wasn't it? I mean, I know Ortega got given the own goal, didn't he, at the end? But it was a really great goal. Sorry, I'm getting texts and flash scores and everything pop up already. Ready for today's games. We've got a big day of football on today. We've got lots of predictions coming in as well, by the way, for tonight's Premier League games. So let me know what you're thinking. Obviously, Fulham v Everton we're doing at 3 p.m. Ipswich and Brentford is also at 3 p.m. today. Southampton against Manchester City. You would imagine City will waltz that one, wouldn't you? I mean, to be honest, I think Brentford will probably get a win at Ipswich. Wolves and Brighton as well is another 3 p.m. kickoff today, and then obviously the big 5:30 game that everyone's waiting for. Bournemouth against Aston Villa. Those 2 really fighting it out for one of the final European places this season. So, yeah, let me know what you're thinking in terms of the league placings. Let me know what you're thinking in terms of the predictions. I also want to get your thoughts as well on all the other news that's been coming out over the last few days. First off, Newcastle getting a redesigned badge. What do we think about that? Newcastle fans seem to be reacting quite strongly to that. So I want to get your take on the modernisation in football. How do you feel about it? Stadiums, ancient old stadiums, hundreds of years old, maybe not hundreds, but you know what I mean, over 100 years old in a lot of cases, getting torn down to be replaced by these soulless corporate arenas. What do we think? Badges, historic badges, crests, being torn down to be replaced by modern, more simple, aesthetically pleasing badges. How do we feel about that? Newcastle fans certainly don't seem all that happy about it, that they might be losing the seahorses, the coat of arms of Newcastle, which I really like, actually. I think it is quite a striking image, but seemingly the club have decided that by, I think it's the 26-27 season, they're going to consult with the fans and try and get a badge that most people seem to be relatively happy with, but they're going to be changing the Newcastle United badge. I just don't like the way that modern football's moving. I don't like it. Cardiff City changing from blue to red for once. I remember that. That would, Vincent Tan, he thought that would be a really good marketing thing. What happened there? And badges and stadiums all getting torn down. It feels like we're losing touch a little bit. We're losing reality in the modern game. All these big changes. You've got to roll with change, haven't you? You've got to have some change in life. I understand all that, but are we going a bit too far with it? I think we might be. No, we'll not go through the lineups yet. Newcastle and Chelsea tomorrow as well. Christ, forgot about Newcastle and Chelsea tomorrow. Newcastle and Chelsea, 12 o'clock tomorrow. Big early start. We'll be live from 11 a.m. for Newcastle and Chelsea. That one's got to be a big game for both of these sides. I think Newcastle, they've got the final three games are Chelsea, Arsenal and Everton. Now, I think if Newcastle don't get at least 5 points out of them, they might drop out those Champions League places. They've got to see that Everton game at the last day of the season. They've got to win that. Have to win that. But I think they've got to pick up at least a point out of Chelsea and Arsenal, at least 2 points. So, yeah, let me know what you're thinking about that one. Forest and Leicester is also another one tomorrow. East Midlands derby. Leicester already down. Forest very much needing to focus on getting back into those Champions League places. Do we think they've got the ability to do so? And Tottenham against Crystal Palace. That one's a bit of a dud. Both teams have got finals coming up, haven't they? Both teams got cup finals coming up. Can't see them getting anything. Well, either of them. I think it'll be heavily rested, won't it? Heavily rotated. And then it's Manchester United against West Ham. Again, you'd probably fancy West Ham to win that one, wouldn't you? At Old Trafford. I'm not sure how much focus, how much attention, or how much sort of effort is going to be put in by those Manchester United players. A lot of them, you would imagine now, between now and the end of the season, are going to be looking at it and going, we really need to just make sure we're not injured going into that final. We've got to make sure that we're available and fit. So I think you'll have a lot of Man United players pulling out of tackles. I think you'll have a lot of Man United players just, I'm not quite sure. I don't want to play this one, boss. I'd rather sit this one out. So it'll be a heavily rotated Manchester United side, I would imagine. West Ham, I think they'll go for it. They'll see people still go to Old Trafford thinking it's a scalp, it's a big opportunity to get a big win over a top team. And it is, of course. So I think West Ham will go there and give United a good game, same as Wolves did. Same as Bournemouth have. Fulham. Everyone's gone to Old Trafford and given them a game recently, haven't they? James Moss, Newcastle should change the badge to that fan punching a seahorse. Horse punches. And then Liverpool versus Arsenal is the 4:30 kickoff. And Arsenal have scored 17 goals fewer and recorded 20.7 expected goals fewer than Liverpool in the Premier League this season. So scoring goals and creating chances has been a real problem for Arsenal, and Liverpool have been far better in attack. Despite what Arsenal fans and Mikel Arteta would have you believe, the stats have shown us to be the best and all this sort of nonsense. It's very much clear that the best team wins the league, and the best team has won the league. And Mikel Arteta tomorrow is going to have to give the guard of honour, and then he might have to watch Spurs lift the European trophy with a bit of luck come the end of the season. So not a happy end to this campaign for Mikel Arteta and those Arsenal fans, or Martin Odegaard and his camera, getting his camera ready. But let me know what you're thinking about all of those games tomorrow. Aston Villa at Bournemouth is the 5:30 kickoff. That's probably the big one tomorrow, and tonight, and then tomorrow Liverpool and Arsenal. So let me know what you're thinking on them ones. But I don't want to veer too much away from the source of of today's event, to this particular match. Leyton Orient and Stockport County. Jamie Donnelly, of course, the guy who scored that wonderful long-range effort against Manchester City. He is currently on loan at Leyton Orient from Tottenham Hotspur, of course, and he's had a wonderful season at the Orient. He's had 18 goals and assists in 39 appearances just in League One. For 20 years old, that is some going. So, do we think that Jamie Donnelly, if Leyton Orient go up, do you think he stays in them in the Championship if they were to stay up? Or if they were to go up? If they were to stay down in League One, is it likely that Jamie Donnelly goes back to Spurs next season? Could he have a part to play in Spurs, maybe in a Champions League squad? Would he go back and be part of the team there, do we think? Any Spurs fans, let me know what you're thinking. Jim, hiya mate, I'm still in bed, not feeling too good today, so I guess I get to watch more footy and Premier League, Dad. Cheers, Jim. Well, hey, listen, we'll be here all day, mate, so you just rest yourself up. You just rest yourself up. Lots of, I don't know what's wrong with you, but make sure you get yourself some soothers or some Horlicks or a brew, whatever works for you. Put your feet up, chill out. We'll be here all day watching footy. I'll be here for you. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, everyone's been poorly recently, haven't they? Everyone's been poorly. I've probably just about recovered, but I had a good 2 weeks where I felt rubbish. And everyone seemed to be coughing their guts up or, yeah, not great. But yeah, Jamie Donnelly for Leyton Orient is probably the star man to watch out for. Obviously, Charlie Kellman as well. In terms of League One this season, he's been most goals, most shots inside the box, most shots on target, most goal involvements as well. Not just in terms of goals, he's had plenty of assists as well. So he ranks first in the whole of the league in terms of target men. And yeah, Charlie Kellman's definitely one to watch today. Charlie Kellman, Jamie Donnelly for Leyton Orient, definitely two that Stockport County are going to have to keep an eye on. Obviously for Stockport, look, it's been a very, very good season. I'm sure they wouldn't disagree with that. Stockport County finished just outside those playoff places, those automatic places, sorry. Wrexham just pipping them to the post on that sort of final few weeks. Wrexham beating Stockport, of course, at the racecourse ground. But it's been a very, very good season, and Stockport, I think it's been a good team performance for Stockport, hasn't it? Let's be honest. Obviously, the standout would be Louis Barry, and yeah, he's obviously not at Stockport anymore, which was a blow to see him. I think if you get recalled to Aston Villa, I don't know when he was recalled. Was it January? But yeah, he was really, really solid. He ended up going to Hull, didn't he? Yeah, I forgot about that. I know he got recalled. I didn't know he went to Hull. Jim, a good brew, always the best medicine. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, get a brew down you. Maybe if you can stomach anything, have a little piece of toast or some Weetabix or something. Something to put a lining on your stomach. And yeah, feet up, watch a bit of footy, you'll be fine. But yeah, Louis Barry had a great season for Stockport, and he was their star man pretty much for most of the season before he got recalled by Villa mid-season. I'm not entirely sure why, because he only went to Hull, and I've just looked. He only ended up playing 4 games for Hull when he went there. So, I know he got injured quite a bit, but still, he went to Hull, and yeah, it turned out to be a. I'm sure if he'd have stayed at Stockport, he'd have played a big part in the end of the season. Maybe he wouldn't have got injured. But yeah, Louis Barry's been a great performer for him. Obviously, Carl Wotton up front. Carl Wotton's been a good one. Jim, I think I've got it off my wife. She's been ill lately. Ah, them women. Making us ill. Yeah, I was going to say, I think it wasn't my wife, it was my daughter, it was my little girl who made all of us poorly. It wasn't just me, it was my wife, me. She went to my mum and dad's and made her nan and granddad poorly. So, yeah, kids. If it's not your wife, it's the kids. So she comes home from nursery with God knows all sorts and sniffles and coughs, and within a couple of days you're all feeling terrible. So, yeah, kids. Who'd have them? But yeah, Stockport. Listen, even without Louis Barry, of course, Stockport still had a very strong season. Again, lots of team contributions in there, whether it been Oloafe or Collar or obviously Wotton as well. They had lots of players who contributed throughout the season. And there wasn't exactly not quite the same as Leyton Orient in that they had Donnelly and Kellerman up there, sort of being the standout players for them. But again, we'll go through the lineups now. So in goal for Leyton Orient, it's Josh Keeley. Then it's Edmonds Green, Omar Beckles and Brandon Cooper at the back. Then it's Ethan Galbraith right, Abdullah and Clare in the middle with Randall Williams on the left. Then it's Daniel Aguier, Jamie Donnelly just behind Charlie Kelman. Where did he get Charlie Kelman from? Came up through Southend, QPR, and he went to Wigan for a spell. I don't remember him being at Wigan. I should really remember him being at Wigan because one of my best mates supports Wigan. There's Charlie. He looks old, him. He looks absolutely ancient. Ollie Norwood. Yeah, he's old. But anyway, Stockport. Let's go through Stockport. It is Corey Adai in goal. It's Torre left. Pye, Horsfall and Hills at the back. Brad Hills. Then it's Fevrier. Jaden Fevrier sitting with Ollie Norwood next to him. Moxon left. Collar right. And Wotton and Oloafe up front. Isaac Oloafe, who scored in that game against Lincoln before the end of the season. That big winner for them, getting them back into those playoff automatic, or at least the third playoff spot. Excuse me. So yeah, Oliver Norwood, he's been about the game a little bit, hasn't he? He's been around. 34 years old now, Oliver Norwood. Had a really good season for Stockport County since leaving Sheffield United. And look, I'm sure he'll be a really strong asset for them in the Championship should they go up. It'd be mad to see Stockport in the Championship. When's the last time Stockport were even in the Championship? Feels like a long time. If any, I can't remember them at all being in the Championship. But yeah, it'd be a big... Either of these, to be honest. Leyton Orient getting into the Championship. Any of them. Obviously, Wrexham going up to the Championship. That was huge. Shadow Ninja. Hey man, I'm back again after yesterday. Just want to say you seem like such a nice guy and I wish you well. Oh, you've got lots to learn. I'm only kidding. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. You don't know me at all. No, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Hopefully that means I'm coming across in the right way anyway. It really is. I mean, you can't be live this often as I am. You can't be live this often and it'd be an act. So, yeah, maybe I am a nice guy. I try not to be. Try to put on the old bad boy image. The ladies love a bad boy. No, absolutely not. God, I hope my daughter doesn't bring anyone like me up. Jim, yeah, my wife is a care worker, so she has to go in some not so nice houses, and she gets all sorts of bugs. Oh, bloody hell. My mum was a care worker for like 30 years. Absolute salt of the earth. Salt of the earth. Callum, because Stockport is a Manny club, I'm going to go Leyton Orient win 3-1. See, I don't mind that. I know I wouldn't consider myself a Scouser, but I'm a Liverpool fan. I was born just on the edges of Liverpool, but I've worked in Manchester and all that sort of thing. You come across Oldham and Bury fans and Rochdale fans. They're amongst the best, I think, of Manchester. It feels like over the years what happens is like there are some really, really lovely people in Manchester. They all tend to go to those smaller teams. And United fans and City fans, well, recently City fans, old school City fans were great. We followed them down the leagues and were at Main Road. I've no problem with them City fans. But yeah, a lot of the divvies all tend to gravitate to Man United and more recently Manchester City. But hey, all clubs have them, don't they? All clubs have them. Liverpool have got their fair share as well, sadly. Especially now we've been really, really good over the last 10 years or so. We seem to have got an awful lot more concentrated, wet wipes in the club. But it happens. It's part and parcel of success. You tend to get some numpties following you. And that's the other bit as well. There's a lot of, Palace fans were talking. I saw a thread on X yesterday where it was Palace fans talking about, getting tickets for the cup final. And there's Palace fans who've gone all over the place watching Palace and watched them like for decades and big Palace fans, and they can't get tickets to the cup final because influencers and people who barely followed football are all taking up the tickets, and it's that frustrates you when you see like Liverpool as well. Liverpool first title win in 35 years at Anfield, and you look around the stadium. And there wasn't too many local fans in there, to be honest. There's a lot of videos on social media after that game of fans from all around the world, which again I've no problem with. I've really no problem with fans from all around the world, but it does just you've got to kind of remember where the club comes from, and you would hope that we've talked about this a lot on this channel. You would hope that there would be some sort of a breakdown of this percentage goes to your hardcore, your local following, this goes to your day trippers and the fans who are travelling from all around the world, spending thousands and thousands of pounds to come and watch the club that they love. Absolutely no problem with them. The club needs them just as much. Arguably, they would argue more so. But if you dilute the two too much, you end up with not the right balance, and it can affect everything. So. Jim, my son's a City fan, but I bet he can name more United players than City players. Listen, do you know what? Again, the City. I mean, I don't know how old your son is, but there's a lot of City fans, and we've talked about them over the years where they've been fans of other clubs, and then since City have become successful, they've just gradually morphed into City fans. Just the tops gradually evolved from whatever shade of colour it was, whatever badge it had on it before. It's gradually gone to a lighter blue. So football, isn't it? Football. People are so fair weather. We are 22 minutes away from kick-off. Just going to see what news we've got coming in. I'll keep you updated on any news we've had coming in. Jack Wilshere to leave Norwich following interim role. Yeah, he's not being appointed. Guardiola labels current campaign the toughest in his managerial career. Probably, yeah. He's had a rough one, hasn't he? But I still don't know why. I still can't put my finger on why. Like, you can't just say it's because of the Rodri thing. Still doesn't seem right that it's just that. Arteta wants Arsenal to use Liverpool Guard of Honour as title fuel. We said this yesterday, didn't we? We talked about this yesterday on this channel. That Mikel Arteta will be saying to those Arsenal players, listen, go out and lay a proper psychological glove on those Liverpool players. Go and let them know that next season we're coming for that title. And that will be what tomorrow is about. It's not about anything really. The points don't matter. It's purely about psychology and just letting them know we're here for you, we're better than you, we're coming next season. Which we all know is nonsense, of course. But do you know what's amazing, or a little bit concerning, I guess, from a Liverpool fan's perspective? Every Liverpool player I've seen on social media over the last week or so have been, like, out and about. They've been out on the piss, drinking, or at restaurants, or, you know, doing photo opportunities with celebrities and things like that. They've been enjoying themselves, which, look, no problem with. They've won the league, they've secured the league, they've breezed it, they've absolutely walked it. It's not even been close. The title's been done since Christmas. So they've earned a rest. But it looks like none of our players have really trained in the last week. So I don't know what Liverpool's side is going to walk out tomorrow against Arsenal. Obviously, we know that Trent Alexander-Arnold isn't playing. That's another big thing that Arne Slot has confirmed. No Trent Alexander-Arnold. And I don't think he'll play again for Liverpool. I said that after the announcement after the Chelsea game. I think that'll be his last ever performance for Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. He'll never play again for the club. Conor Bradley will play tomorrow, and I would imagine one of two things will happen. Either Trent will stay on the bench, or he won't get on the bench at all. He'll have a slight muscle strain, or, you know, he'll feel a little bit under the weather, and he won't be on the bench. He won't be in the stadium. Or Liverpool and Real Madrid will agree a deal for him to leave the club early, and he'll go for £500,000 or whatever it is. You know, it will sell him for next to nothing, so that he can leg it, tail between his legs, and good luck to him. Callum, everyone thinks Griezmann won't start tonight. To be fair, he's having a stinker recently. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I think obviously Sorloth and Alvarez. Alvarez is suspended, isn't he? So, or is he injured? I can't remember what you said, but Alvarez is out, I know. So, yeah, Griezmann, I would imagine, will start with Sorloth. You would think, wouldn't you? You would certainly think. I wonder if Zubamendi starts. Obviously, the news has broken today that Real Sociedad have agreed a deal with Arsenal for Zubamendi. So I wonder if he starts. Kieran, hello mate, I'm back. How are you? I am very, very good, yeah. Sorry, I misread Jim's. Yes, but I mean, you support who you support. Respect all fans and all clubs. Obviously excluding City and Liverpool. Yes, of course. Of course that's the case. And I feel the same. I respect all fans of all clubs, excluding Chelsea, Everton, United, City, Newcastle-ish. No, not all, but some of them. But yeah, there's an Arsenal as well. Arsenal are getting there. It's mainly United and Everton. Kieran, sorry, hello mate, I'm back. How are you? Good to see you, Kieran. Yes, I am good, mate. I'm very good. Slightly better night last night for the old doggo. So yeah. My dog's been poorly. For those who are watching the stream who weren't on the stream yesterday, yeah, my dog's been poorly, and we think we might have to make a difficult decision for him. He's still only young. He's still only 6, and it's been a bit of a rough few days, to be honest. We've not had much sleep, and yeah, it's been a teary and emotional household. So we don't really know what's going on with him, and last night he was a touch better, not a lot, but a touch better. So we're hoping that there's better news over the next few days, if we can keep him kind of medicated and rested in his crate, and just keep him kind of chilling. That maybe he'll get some sense of movement back and he won't be in so much pain. But it's sad, and if they're in pain, you've obviously got to make the decision for him. You don't want to keep him around just for you. Don't want to put him through any more pain than he has to. So, yeah, it's hopefully signs of life. But his back legs are gone. He's lost all control of his bowel. Which, again, for a 6-year-old dog isn't great. But it's spinal issues. He had surgery last year. We paid a lot of money for surgery for him last year to look after him. And there was talk about, he should have maybe gone at that point. I think most other families would have probably said that, goodbyes at that point. But we literally paid nearly £10,000 to try and keep him over last year. It was horrible. So, not horrible in that sense. I mean, it was a horrible time, and we were made up to get him back how he was for the last 12 months, but it's happened again, and I don't think there's any possibility this time, even if we could. So, then we need to burn them on the fee for them to take him to the Club World Cup. I really don't think we will. Honestly, I would take, at this point, I would be taking, give us 10,000 packs of jamon ruffles. If you've ever been to Spain, you know what jamon ruffles are. Those crisps that everyone loves, or maybe 10,000 bottles of orange Aquarius as well, because that's absolutely fire. Aquarius and bags of jamon ruffles for the parade, and he can go with our blessing. Off you go, mate. You don't even want any cash. You go, get yourself off. Jim, I think we've seen the last of Trent. Yeah, I really do. I think that's him gone. He won't play again for Liverpool. We won't see him again. Probably in the Premier League. Ben, I'd be taking the piss, asking for 5 million quid. He's going for now. So and all he's going to do is sit there, stinking the gaff out, and saying goodbye to the players. But it's interesting though, isn't it, that everyone on social media, like all the legends and stuff, have kind of weighed in, or at least the legends that nobody really likes. Like Michael Owen. Michael Owen came in, and I don't know if you saw Michael Owen's statement on it. Michael Owen led with, bearing in mind he's a club ambassador, Michael Owen said in an interview, if I was a Liverpool fan, think about that. Think about that sentence first. If I was a Liverpool fan. From Michael Owen, club ambassador, employee of the club, won a Ballon d'Or at the club, won everything else really there is to win at the club apart from the Premier League. And the Champions League. But you know what I mean? He won a European Cup, he won FA Cups and League Cups with us. So yeah, Michael Owen, to say if I was a Liverpool fan, madness. But he said it, and then he followed that up with, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be saying thanks for your service, Trent. Well done, good luck, off you go, with our blessing. And I wonder why the guy who left Liverpool for Real Madrid would have that opinion. What a surprise. What a surprise that Michael Owen, of all people, would share that opinion. So, yeah, I do. I think Michael Owen... But interestingly, Steven Gerrard hasn't made any statements at all on it. Steven Gerrard hasn't said anything. And I do wonder whether that's because Steven Gerrard deep down would be thinking, rat. Which is, that is the feeling. That is the overwhelming feeling from the Liverpool fan base that he's been a bit of a rat. Callum Alvarez suspended. Apparently it could be a 4-3-3 lineup with Sorloth striker, Lionel left wing, and Simeone right wing. We hate Real Madrid too. Yeah, well, I mean, Sorloth through the middle. I still don't have a lot of faith in Sorloth for Atletico Madrid, so we'll see tonight. We'll have a look and see what the lineup is. Of course, we'll be watching that one. Atleti against Real Sociedad. Obviously now we're just coming up to 12 minutes to kick off. Leyton Orient against Stockport County. Big day for both of these. Kelman and Donnelly spearheading that Leyton Orient attack. Oluwafe and Wootton spearheading the Stockport County attack. And Ollie Norwood in midfield, the veteran leading Stockport County back into the Championship for the first time in many years. I wonder, could it happen? Jim, I want Arsenal. I forgot to ask the doggo, is he doing a bit better? Doesn't matter, you've answered. Yeah, I was going to say, it's hard work with the dog, but again, I don't want to focus too much on it. I'm sure you'll know one day, because either one of two things will happen. Either a stream that I have got planned, I've got scheduled, will get cancelled, or I will come on the stream and I'll be very teary. Because I'm a soft ass. I am a soft ass. With the dog, I am an absolute soft ass. He's me baby boy. So it'll kill me if we do have to make that decision. I've never had to do it before, so it's all new territory to me. But it's one of them, isn't it? You know it's the right thing. So it's bloody awful when you have to do it. Never ever having a dog again. Anyone who's got a dog, it's heartbreaking if you've got to let him go. Right. So, Leyton Orient, Stockport, Fulham, Everton later, 3 p.m. 5:30 Bournemouth, Villa, 8 p.m. Atleti Sociedad. Tomorrow, Newcastle, Chelsea. Then we're doing Forest, Leicester. Then Liverpool, Arsenal. And then on the night... Who have we got on the night tomorrow night? Who have we got on the night tomorrow night? Who have we got scheduled? Can't remember. Is it It's not Charlton and Wickham. Who is it? Who's the late kick-off tomorrow night? Is it another... It might be another... I've got a horrible feeling it's another La Liga game. Is it Betis and Osasuna? It might be Betis and Osasuna. Come on. I can't remember. Why don't you know this, Kieran? Come on, sort yourself out. You booked all these in. You've done all the thumbnails. You've scheduled them all on YouTube. You should know what your schedule is. This is absolute amateur hour. Amateur hour. Yes, it is. It's Betis and Osasuna. Interesting to watch Betis after that performance against Fiorentina the other night. Anthony's absolutely smashing it out there, isn't he? Doing very, very well. Sending my best, mate. Cheers, Jim. Callum, El Clasico. Yeah, look, maybe I'd want to do El Clasico. I really would want to do El Clasico. But it's just not an option. It kicks off at the same time. Or it kicks off, I think, 45 minutes in to Forest and Leicester. And it kicks off about an hour before Liverpool and Arsenal. So it's a bit of a mad time. Like, it's going to overlap. So we'll just have to keep an eye on them during the games. Ideally, I'd actually want to watch tonight Benfica against Sporting at 6 o'clock. Like, if we didn't have a good game on at 5:30, if it wasn't Bournemouth and Villa and both of them have got a proper chance of European football, I really would be looking at it and going, we need to watch Benfica and Sporting. Because Benfica and Sporting, it's 32 games have been played in the Premier Liga. There's 34 games to play. 32 have been played, 2 left. And on the second to last game of the season, Sporting, who are first on 78 points, are playing Benfica, who are second on 78 points. And obviously a win for Benfica puts them top with a game to go. So you just can't make that stuff up. It's basically a playoff to win the title. And it's at the Estadio de la Luz as well. It's in Benfica. Unbelievable. It's going to be a fantastic game, that one. And you know what? The goal difference isn't all that much either. I mean, it's probably significant enough that a draw would probably mean that Sporting will win the league. Because Sporting are on 85 goals scored, 26 conceded. Benfica, 82 goals scored, 26 conceded. So it's plus, 56 for Benfica and plus 59 for Sporting. But a win for Benfica, you would imagine that's it pretty much done and dusted, because they've got they've got Guimarães. They've got Guimarães on the last day. Guimarães are 5th. Who've Benfica got last day? Braga away. Oh my God. Benfica have got Braga away and Sporting have got Guimarães. Even if it's a draw, it's not over. Because Sporting could drop points easily against Guimarães, and Benfica could definitely drop points away to Braga. So loads of interesting games there. Callum, the Portugal League is like a B-Tech La Liga where there's always 3 top sides, depends which way they finish. Well, I mean, to be honest, Porto have had an absolutely horrific season this season. They actually could finish in the Europa Conference League places. They might not even finish in the Europa League places. As it stands, they're missing out on the Champions League, Porto. Definitely. They've got no chance of getting in the Champions League. But they'll be in the... Oh no, they'll get in the qualifiers for the Europa League. They won't make the Europa League phase if they lose any of their final 2 games. They've got Boavista away and Nacional on the final day. But Braga are on the same number of points. Braga are on exactly the same number of points as Porto going into the last 2 games of the season. Who'd have said that? Who would have said that? Who'd have thunk it? But there's lots of other good games going on today. Valencia and Getafe are just about to kick off in La Liga in the next half hour or so. In the Bundesliga, you've got Freiburg. Freiburg very much so close to getting into the Champions League for next season. Surprisingly, Freiburg, they're away to Holstein Kiel. Kiel are pretty much down, aren't they, at the bottom. Yeah, they've got 2 games left. They'd need to win both and hope that St. Pauli don't win and get battered on goal difference. So, yeah, Holstein Kiel are pretty much down. So it's going to be Freiburg away at Kiel, Leipzig away at Bremen, and Mainz. Mainz away at Bochum. Again, Bochum are down. They're gone. They're relegated. There's nothing there for them. And Mainz are just 3 points off Dortmund in the Europa League places. Actually, they're only 4 points off Freiburg. So Mainz, Leipzig, Dortmund and Freiburg, there's still lots to play for. Even Bremen could sneak in to those European places. Feels like, honestly, that's been the exciting bit of European football this season, hasn't it? Who's getting in Europe? Who's qualifying for Europe? It feels like every one of the leagues has had that conundrum this season. We've seen it in the Premier League, Newcastle, Villa, Brighton, Fulham, Bournemouth at different points, Chelsea, Forest, obviously. Who's going to qualify for what? Champions League, Europa League, Conference League. Maybe Brentford could sneak in. Maybe Palace if they win the FA Cup. So that's been going on there. In Ligue 1, it's exactly the same. We're going to be doing Strasbourg in Ligue 1, who could also make Champions League football for the first time. Liam Rosenior, manager, ex-manager of Hull, now manager of Strasbourg, could take Strasbourg into the Champions League. Could have some new Champions League teams next year. Strasbourg, Freiburg, maybe Mainz, to be honest. Maybe even Mainz, who knows? So lots of interest in there. La Liga, Celta Vigo and Sevilla. Serie A, of course. Lazio against Juventus. That's basically a playoff now, isn't it? Lazio against Juventus. Lazio in 6th on 63 points. Juventus in that 4th Champions League spot. They're on 63 points as well. And in between them is Roma on 63 points. So you've got Bologna next on 62, but they've played a game more. And Milan, who beat Bologna last night, they're on 60 points. Fiorentina then on 59. If Fiorentina were to beat Venezia on Monday night, they could get back in amongst those Champions League places after the disappointment of obviously going out to Betis in midweek. So feels like a lot's riding on these last few fixtures. It's not just playing the season out. It's not just like end of season, friendlies or anything like that. There's so much riding on every game we're watching here. On this channel in particular, but all around Europe. Loads of really good games going on. And this one's going to be a really good one too. I'm really looking forward to it. I think Stockport have certainly got to be favourites coming into this. But with that front line of Kelman and Donnelly for Leyton Orient, you would be silly to rule them out. They can hurt teams. We know how good they are. Donnelly, I would imagine, will go back to Spurs and contribute next season. For Kelman, look, he's 23. He's been probably the star man in League One this season, hasn't he? Certainly the top scorer and the top assister. So certainly Player of the Year in League One. You would say Charlie Kelman's got a great chance. Scott Grice, come on Stockport, let's get a win. 4-0 or 5-0 County. Bloody hell, Scott. That'll be a big one if they do manage to get that. And it might just kill the tie off, obviously, if they manage to. Right, so let's get up the... What was I looking for? Not that one. I don't know what I was looking for. Mine's gone blank. Oluwafe, Collar and Wotton up front. Torre right. Fevrier and Norwood in the middle. Moxon as well. And it's Hills, Horsfall and Pye at the back with Adai in goal for Stockport. Dave Challoner. Still can't believe Dave Challoner's managing these. It is an absolutely glorious day, yeah. Commentator's right. No doubt a glorious day. Daniel Agye, 7 goals and 8 assists in League One this season. Let's see. Goals from high turnovers, pressing, 10. The first in League One. And second for high turnovers, and first for average start distance. So yeah, there you go. So that's that. I didn't know that, but that's a stat in itself, isn't it? That Leyton Orient are the best in League One, maybe one of the best in the league actually, at pressing, high pressing, winning the ball back in dangerous positions, making sure that they have a really high starting line and trying to sort of create errors in the defence of the opposition to try and win it back. So that's going to be one to watch today, I'm sure. I need to lighten up that Stockport kit. There's no way that colour. There you go, that feels a bit better. Maybe? No. Yeah, about that. There you go, that's right. Do we think? I'm a stickler for the background on the... there you go, that feels maybe a touch better. Let's do that. Stockport. Right, Leyton Orient 0, Stockport 0. We're about to kick off here for the League One semi-final at Brisbane Road. Brisbane Road. It's a glorious day. It's an absolutely glorious day. Let me know what you're thinking. If you're watching us, let me know where you're watching us from. If you're watching us from around the world, we have lots of people who've watched us over the last few games from Vietnam. We had a fella watching us from over the Arctic Circle. He was in a plane watching us from over the Arctic Circle. Around the world, Australia, Japan, we've had lots of people watching us. I love hearing about it, where you're from, where you're watching these games, and the Stockport and Orient fans all around the world. So really, really enjoy having fans from all over the place watching us here. Richie Wellens there led Leyton Orient to their highest finish in 11 years, just sneaking into the playoffs. But we are off here at Brisbane Road. Let's get your chats in as well, get your questions in if we've got anything we want to talk about in terms of obviously the Premier League or the Championship, the big results in the Championship we've had over the last couple of days. And League One, of course, as well. Charlton and Wycombe. We're going to be watching Charlton and Wycombe, the other playoff game here. That's really good play down the left-hand side here from County already. Great ball in. Cleared away. Well done. Right, long ball forward, off the throw. Cleared forward. Stockport are pressing very, very well. But Leyton Orient do well and get it away. Used to work with some big Stockport County fans. Used to follow them all over the place. So I'll have to drop him a text at some point this afternoon and wish him well either way what's happened. Hopefully the game's still at least in the balance going into the second leg, because we're going to be doing the second leg of this one, by the way. We are going to be doing the return at County. So if you're a County fan, if you're a Leyton Orient fan, stick with us, give us a like, give us a subscribe, all that good stuff. Again, as a reminder, I am just going to drop it in again. If you haven't already, go and check out Match Bingo. They're sponsors of this channel. They're absolutely brilliant. And if you deposit £5, you get £10 free. Go and check them out. Leyton Orient throw in. Just hope with the weather. Usually when you get a game that's played in this sort of a condition, it's always conducive to good football, isn't it? Feels like you always get teams willing to take risks and push forward, and it's not a game where physicality wins, I guess. It's always one where you see players willing to pass it around, knock it around, run in behind, that sort of thing. You see defences push up and squeeze up, leave a bit of space in behind. To be honest, Stockport County's line there is incredibly high. There's a massive gap between your mans at the back there and the goalkeeper. Right, here's Hills for Stockport. Plays it forward and they broke the line here. They're in behind. I think it's Wootton. Shot. Good save. Really, really good save. That by Keeley. Josh Keeley makes a big, big save early doors there for Leyton Orient. It was Wootton who got in on the right-hand side. Was he on? Was he on? I think he was. He was miles onside, actually. Who was that at right back for Leyton Orient then? Whew. I think it was it Edmonds Green or Abdullah? It might have been Abdullah, actually, on the far side. He stepped up far, far too late. And Wootton got in on the right-hand side. He had a shot. Good save there by Josh Keeley. And it's still 0-0. But first big chance of the game, 5 minutes in. Leyton Orient, big, big save there from the keeper. Oh, why have you not told me the bloody scoreboard stopped? Sorry. There you go. It's gone behind. Ball played into the box. Kelman was getting right in front of Pye there, but Pye manages to get a toe on it and puts it behind. Corner to Leyton Orient already. Corner ball. Williams puts the ball in. Header. Oh, just over the bar. It was headed down into the floor. And just over the bar. Who was it who got the head on that, actually? Let's just see. Oh, yeah. It's right on the edge of the 6-yard box. And I think it's Cooper. It's Cooper for Leyton Orient. Gets his head on it. The number 6, big number 6. Heads it down into the ground. And bounces up over the crossbar. There you go, 2 big chances. We're only 5 minutes in. It's already... I told you this was going to be a good game. Could be a corner. No, keeper keeps it in. Josh Keeley keeps hold of it. Jaden Fevrier has been one to watch this season as well for County, hasn't he? There's quite a few people been telling me he's done quite well. Still only young. Came in from Colchester and he's had a good season for County. Big long ball forward by Leyton Orient. And knocked over the top, and Oluwafe's in here down the right-hand side. No, good win there. Good defending again by Cooper. That man again. Stanny, you live on TikTok today or no? No, mate, not today. I'm still banned on TikTok for today. I am back on TikTok tomorrow. So today is my last day off TikTok. I've had a warning. I've had a telling off, and I'm back on TikTok tomorrow as normal. So I've got my live access and everything back tomorrow. I assume so anyway. There's no reason why I wouldn't. Yeah. So tomorrow morning is when I'll be live again on TikTok. And that's for the Newcastle-Chelsea game. So, if that's your thing, then yep, you need to get the old notification bells out on YouTube, and it'll notify you when I go live tomorrow, 11 o'clock, first thing tomorrow morning. Well, that's not first thing for a lot of people, but you know what I mean. 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll be live, Newcastle and Chelsea. Stanley, that Kelman's bound to score today, I reckon. Yeah, well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? He's had a very, very good season. Kelman and Donnelly. Both of them have been really smart for Leyton Orient. Kelman's top scorer in the league. Most goal contributions in League One. Would probably be a shoo-in for player of the season. And Donnelly's not far behind him either. Donnelly, 20 years old, coming from Spurs. Good player. Really good player. Just wonder whether or not Spurs will take him back next season. That's a good play again down the left-hand side. Somehow that got given as a county throw-in. I think that was an Orient throw, to be honest. Stanley, who's he on loan from? QPR, is it? No, Jamie Donnelly's a Spurs player, mate. Yeah, he's a Spurs player. Played for Spurs. He had played a few games, I think, for the first team in Spurs first team. But he's got 18 goals and assists in 39 appearances this season for Orient in League One. So, good player. Very good player. At 20 years old to be doing that. In League One, I know it's not necessarily top flight, but League One's still a good level. And, yeah, he's done well there. Good goalkeeping from Adai there for Stockport, coming out and claiming it. Kelman's on loan from QPR. Is he really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, so he is. Oh, do you know what? Do you know why I forgot that he's at QPR? I knew he was at QPR, but he's been at QPR since 2021. He's gone out on loan to Gillingham. Then he's gone out on loan to Orient. Then he's gone out on loan to Wigan. Then he's gone back on loan to Orient. And he goes back to QPR, doesn't he? QPR will probably cash in on him, you would think, in the summer. I wonder what they'd get for him, mind. But yeah, 23 years old. He's gone. You would think he would be actually one that QPR would look at. QPR might take him next season. Because they're not exactly blessed, are they, in terms of centre forwards? Yeah, I was going to say, QPR's starting centre forward, Michael Frey, scored 8 goals all season. 8 goals. And their next best scorer is Jimmy Dunn, who's a defender. So, there's no way, absolutely no way, Kelman doesn't go back to QPR and at least get an opportunity, we'd think. So yeah, I think Leyton Orient, even if they do go up, they might try and sneak a bid in. You know, fellow Championship club and all that, but I think QPR would make it difficult. Stanley, is that Donnelly the one that scored halfway against City? Yeah, the sad thing for him was that it was given to Ortega, wasn't it, as an own goal? But it was a really, really good halfway line shot against Manchester City in the FA Cup. Here at Brisbane Road as well, wasn't it? And hit the bar, bounced down, hit Ortega and went in. So it got given as an Ortega own goal. But yeah, Jamie Donnelly, top creativity and initiative, really to show that and go for it. Not just to try and think, oh yeah, that's the right thing to do, but to actually pull it off as well. It's good. Very, very good. Right, Stockport County goal. Goalkeeper Adai knocks it long. It's just settled down a little bit now, the game. Feels like we've had those first big chances in the opening 5 minutes and then nothing really in the last 10 or so. Long ball into the far corner. Wooten's chasing down Josh Keeley. Josh Keeley sends it back long up the pitch. It's just lots of long balls at the minute. Lots of long balls. Two teams feeling themselves out, feeling each other out. Still can't believe Duncan Watmore's playing in the Prem as well. Feels like he's been around a really long time. Still only the one shot on target. 14 minutes in. Stoney, have Stockport done the same as Wrexham or no? Never remembered in the EFL before 2020. I don't know, actually. Let me have a look at that. I never remember Stockport being in the Championship. I can't remember him being in the Championship. The highest league finish was in the Championship, or what was then Division 2, in 1998. So in 1998 they were in Division 2. And as far as I can tell, they were still there until 2001. No, 2002 they went down. Yeah, so they've not been back up in like 20 years, I think. It's about 20 years since they've been in the Championship. That seems about right. If there's any county fans watching this, let me know. But as far as I can tell, it's been about 20, 23 years since county were in the Championship. And yeah, in 1998, they finished in 8th, so not that far outside the playoffs. They could have maybe snuck into the Premier League. Stockport County in the Premier League, that'd be great. That would be good. Again, you want to see more teams coming up to the Prem. You want to see teams getting an opportunity to build that platform for themselves. Bournemouth have done wonderfully well. Ball into the box, cleared away by Cooper again. It's come out to Fevrier on this right-hand side. Oh, well done, Williams. And Fevrier wins it back. Ball into the box. Great ball in. Chance. Just wide. Really, really good play there. Really, really good play. Better from Stockport. Who was it who actually got into the box there? I think it was Collar. It was Collar who got into the box. And Beckles just pouring it behind. Is it Beckles or Beckles? I've heard loads of people call it different things. I'm sure Helen Chamberlain once called him Omar Beckles on Soccer AM. Here's Fevrier again down that right-hand side. Oh my God. He sliced that so bad. He cut inside on his left peg. He sliced it so bad, it's gone out near the halfway line. It's gone out near the halfway line. Oh my God. Tell me that's not a house. Is that a house? That's a great vantage point. I think it is a house. Yeah, there's people there watching from their living room in those flats. That's unbelievable. Can you see the full... They won't be able to see that shot though, will they? They won't be able to see that net because of the stand. There you go, not bad. Stanley, I'd like to see Bristol in the Prem because I just think Sheffield United are a waste of space. They just go up and back down. Yeah, I mean, look, I think even Bristol City, you know, we watched them the other night on this channel. Bristol City, I would imagine, will probably go back down. And if I'm honest, I think Coventry will as well. Sunderland have got a fighting chance. Sheffield United... I think Sunderland are better than Sheffield United. Oh, that's great play. That's really, really good play. He's into the area. Stockport County win it back. Here's Fevrier on the right-hand side. Cleared away by Orient. I tell you what, Oloafe picked it up there. Oloafe picked it up, ran really, really well. Just ran straight at Leyton Orient's back line. Cuts inside on his right peg. Didn't really get a chance to get the shot away. And it broke to Fevrier on the right. They ended up losing it, but... first real, I guess, sight of goal that Oloafe has had. Obviously, Wootton has that shot in the first few minutes that keeper saves. Josh Keeley pushed it wide. But yeah, I have to agree, Stanley. I think Bristol City are not quite Premier League ready. The same could be said for Coventry. Sunderland, maybe. Sheffield United, I don't think they are either. Sunderland, I would argue, are better. Yeah, more Premier League ready. So, we'll see. We shall see. And I'm putting my money where my mouth is. You know, I have said, I think out of all the three teams, at least one of them will stay up in the Prem. Whoever it is that comes up third, I think Leeds or Burnley, one of those two will stay up. But I've got a £50 bet with Ben, one of the lads in the chat, one of the lads who come on here on the channel quite regularly. Got a £50 bet with him that one of the teams that comes up will stay up. And he's adamant that all three will go back down because there's such a massive gulf between the Championship and the Premier League. And maybe he's right. But I don't think that's the case. Stanley, hope Sunderland can get the Stadium of Light rocking. It's class in its day. Yeah, and it'll be good to get the Time Weir's derby back, won't it? That was always good. Sunderland and Newcastle games under the lights. It'd be really good. Oh, that's a great ball. Unlucky, just a bit heavy. Just a bit heavy there, but really, really smart play from Stockport again in the final third. Quite incisive stuff there. They're starting to cut Leyton Orient apart and get a few more chances. Orient aren't beating the press that well. They keep knocking it. Oh, that's so poor. That is so poor from Beckles. He's just give it away. It's come out to Fevrier on this right-hand side again. It's too easy for Stockport. Every time Orient get it, they're just giving it away too easy. Simple 5 and 10 yard passes. Just giving it away. Good ball over the top. Orient are going to see this one out. Ben, all three will be straight back in the champ. Easy bet win. There you go. We'll see. We'll see. Xabi Alonso apparently all signed and sealed as a Real Madrid manager. For what it's worth. And Mo Salah has come out and said in an interview with France Football that there was tension with Sadio Mane. That off the pitch we weren't very close, but we always respected each other. We were professional until the end, and I don't think it affected the team. It's human to want more. I understand that he's a competitor. So basically, he saw Sadio Mane as a competitor rather than a teammate, and actually they both were greedy as anything in that final third. And that we saw that, didn't we? We saw that as Liverpool fans. How many times did Salah get into the box and he could have had an option with Mane? He should have passed it to him. He never did. And the same with Mane. You know, they both had opportunities to pass to each other, and because they wanted to score, they'd always try and take a player on or have a shot when it was often easier to pass. So, club suffered. Stanley, this current Birmingham side can beat the 5 teams at the bottom of the champ. Yeah, I think the current Birmingham side's really, really good. I think they'll stay up. They'll stay up, especially with the investment that they're getting as well. Some of the teams that did just stay up last season in the Championship were lucky, I would say. And next season you'll see them struggle again. I don't know what's going on with Hull. I think Preston are in danger. I think Stoke City, if they're not careful, maybe could get roped into it. Maybe even Portsmouth as well. You know, Portsmouth are always a dangerous one to look at. Sorry, my nose is absolutely... Honestly, I've had hay fever for feels like weeks. Now it's coming into summer. All my nose here is just dead itchy. Stockport knock it long. Bit of head tennis in the middle of the pitch. Come on, lads. Wake yourself up. Tell you what, Scott's prediction, I don't know if you're still watching this, Scott, but you predicted 5-0 Stockport County. I was expecting goals when you said that. 25 minutes in, we've only had one shot on target. Long ball over to the far side for Fevrier. Again, multiple step overs. Loses it. Silly. Stanley, Stoke's my team. Same every year. If we can get that Nathan Lowe up, the Championship standard proper striker. Nathan Lowe. Who's Nathan Lowe play for? Is that another strike, another shot on target there from Oloafe? Jamie Donnelly wins it. Good play. Martin Zubamendi rejected Liverpool so that he could stay in Sociedad because he would miss the mountains of Real Sociedad. And 12 months later, he's about to sign for Arsenal. Blimey. Talk about a missed opportunity, Martin. Could have been a Premier League champion, sunshine. And he was always going to make the move anyway. Very sad. Very, very sad. Long ball from Orient over to the far side. Chance. Good ball in. Headed behind. It's a corner again. Has he kept it in? No, had I kept it in? Thought that was going behind. No, well kept in. Oh, sorry, Nathan Lowe. Yeah, sorry, the young lad. I've just googled him. I was thinking, who are we on about here? Nathan Lowe. Yeah, Nathan Lowe's a good, or at least a talented player. I've heard of his name mentioned, but I didn't know he was playing for Stoke. 20 goals and assists for Walsall on loan. Okay, that's pretty good going then, yeah. To be honest, the problem with Stoke is just I felt watching him a lot of this season that there's just not enough quality in that final third. Manhurst I think has been a quality pickup for you. I think at times obviously you've had Lewis Koumas there as well from Liverpool, but yeah, the final third has been a problem, and Mark Robbins hasn't quite got it right. He hasn't quite got the balance right in that final third. I mean, you scored less. You scored less than Cardiff, who finished bottom. Less than Cardiff, less than Plymouth, and the same number as Luton, and all three of them went down. So, in terms of attack, it's definitely an issue for Stoke. Right, here's Fevrier, does well, gets past his man, gets into the box, chance, good save, low down there from Josh Keeley. Again, Stockport getting more chances here in the final third, they're breaking into it. It's like an Adama Traore there, isn't he, Fevrier? He stood Cooper up, just stood him up, got him square, and just knocked it past him. Little drop of the shoulder, knocks it past him, gets to the byline, cuts inside on his left peg, drills it low down to the near post, and the keeper touches it behind for a corner. Stockport whip it in, it's gone to the far post, that might be a penalty. How does he give that as a free kick? I don't know what's gone on there. It looked again at first glance. I mean, I'm no horse in the race here, Leyton Orient fans. I ain't got a stake on a skin in the game or anything, and it really did look like to me. I don't know who it was. Again, it might have been Cooper at the back stick. Just felt like he was holding on a little bit to. Are they going to show it back? I want to see that back. I think it was Cooper who was hanging on to Horsfall, and he looked like he was getting in around the far post, Horsfall, and his arm was like hanging back for some reason. Stanley, who does Adama Traore play for now? Last time I remember it was Barca, unless I've missed something. No, Adama Traore now Plays for Fulham, mate, but his contract is up at the end of the season, funnily enough. Yeah, his contract's up at the end of the season. And he's got, by the way, more goals and assists than Illiman and Oh, chance! Might be 1-0. Does he give it? Has he give it? It's 1-0 Orient. It's 1-0 Orient against the run of play. That is massive. I thought that was offside. Oh, I really thought that was offside. There's going to be a check. There's going to be a check. Well, I don't know why I'm saying there's going to be a check. There's obviously not going to be a check. No VAR. It's Charlie Kilman again. Charlie Kilman. It was a corner ball in. It got cleared away, and it was one of them. It was just that second ball. It was a header back in over the top. I think there's a flick on here. Free kick, not a corner. Free kick to the far post. Gets nodded in. That's fine. Cleared away. As it's not back in, he's onside, maybe there, but oh, he's so offside. Oh, he's so offside. When I say he's offside, I mean he's offside. He is offside by a good 5 yards. I'm not even exaggerating. Charlie Kelman is offside by about 5 yards. Oh, the linesman has had an absolute mare. It's a header back in, and as it's coming back in, Kelman stood in an offside position, and there's a flick on right at the edge of the area. There's a little flick on. It just flicks off the back of his head, and it goes towards. If it doesn't get that flick on, I think the Stockport county defender clears it away. But it's 1-0 Orient. That is so unjust. I have never ever seen a goal like that given at this standard, at this level. That is offside by a mile for Stockport. Oh my goodness me. Well, there you go. Leyton Orient 1, Stockport 0. Stockport will feel aggrieved. Absolutely they will. That is absolutely mental. It's just clearly not the right decision, yeah. Lee Hendry's called it right there. It's not the right decision. It's nowhere near the right decision. Unbelievable. I can't believe that. I really can't believe it. We all thought, Charlie Kelman would get a goal today, but not in that way. And again, we're seeing another big refereeing decision at the lower level. Maybe alter the course of the game. We saw that in the Bristol City Sheffield United game. There was lots of talk that was a wrong decision from the referee. Maybe not to give the penalty. I think the penalty was the right decision. But to give the red card. To assert that Dickey didn't make an obvious chance, an obvious, effort to play the ball. That was a big call from the ref. And he sent him off. And then from that moment on, Bristol City lose the game 3-0. They're a man down. They lose the game 3-0. And that's cost them. And now, probably Sheffield United have got 1 foot, if not both feet, in that Wembley playoff final. Here, it's been a long ball forward, a long ball into the box, a flick on to knock it back in, and just a little flick on that knocks it into Charlie Kilman, who stood a good 5 yards offside. A good 5 yards offside, minimum 5 yards offside. It's not even close. The naked eye could tell it. I just don't understand how the linesman's not give that. It's hard to feel aggrieved. It's hard to feel... hard not to feel aggrieved, for Stockport County. Really, really difficult for him to accept that one. Very bitter pill to swallow. And now it's a free kick for County in the Orient half. Do you know what? I do wonder in circumstances like this. Let's say you're a referee and you go in at half time, and sometimes there are referee assessors in the game, and they'll come in and they'll talk to you during the half time break. Obviously, the players are in the changing room, the players are in the Leyton Orient changing room, the players are in the Stockport County changing room, and you're in your referee dressing room, right? And you're having a chat to whoever the assessor is. If that is the case, and you've got an assessor, and the assessor says to you, you've made one there. You've absolutely dropped one there. If that happens at half time, and you then go out in the second half, do you alter any of your decision making in the second half? Because whether or not it's right to do that or not, I think subconsciously you probably would lean a little bit more, wouldn't you? If you knew that you and your team, you and your officiating team had got that so badly wrong. Oh, he's miles off. And do you know what? He says not seen the touch. Irrespective of whether he's seen the touch or not, I think he was offside from the first one. It's just a tap-in for Kelman. Dave Challoner's raging at the fourth official. He's absolutely raging. There's nothing they can do, though. There's just nothing they can do. That's football. But yeah, if you're a referee and you get given that news at half-time, you get given that you've made an absolute shocker, do you then, or are you a little bit more sort of, in Stockport's favour? If there's any 50-50 decisions, maybe you lean to Stockport. Subconsciously, I'm talking about. Not a deliberate effort to try and rebalance things, but you would feel a bit of sympathy for them, wouldn't you? And you'd probably subconsciously want to try and right that wrong a little bit. So that if there is a tight call in the second half, and you could do it on a flip of a coin, maybe it goes Stockport's way. That sort of a thing. And there's lots of decisions like that in football, isn't there? Maybe you let a few things go. Not every decision is black and white and crystal clear. They're all quite subjective in many ways. Here's Oluwafe down the left-hand side for County now as they try to come back. They've got to try and pinch one back before half-time. Got to try and pinch one back before half-time. Cleared away by Beckles. Napoli have made a move to sign Kevin De Bruyne. Didn't see that yesterday. I think he'll want to stay in the Prem, you know. He's too good to be just going to Napoli. Not that Napoli aren't great either. You know, Napoli are about to win Serie A, but I do think he's got more to offer in the Prem. Oluwafe goes down in the penalty area. He's claiming holding, but he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. That's a foul. Oh, and he's given a throw into Leyton Orient. This referee has had an absolute disaster. What's going on? Donley's just had a little bit of a tear up with Horsefall, and he's pinched his hairband. Pinched his hairband. You don't see that on football. Your centre-back, your big wily centre-back, chasing around a number 10 with white boots on and saying to them, hey, give me my hairband back. You'd never have got that a few years ago, would you? Never. Callum, Atletico now want Victor Gyökeres. Really? Okay. Big Vic. Victor Gyökeres. Well, he's almost certainly leaving Sporting, isn't he? I just wonder where to and how much for. That's probably the big question, isn't it? How much for? How much would you pay for a Victor Gyökeres? He's had a very good season. Not quite as good as last season, I would argue. I think numbers-wise, it's not actually that vastly different to last season. So he's got 45... Well, it's a lot better, actually, this season. But in terms of the eye test, it didn't seem to pass. He's got 31 appearances for Sporting in the league, and he's got 45 goals and assists in 31. Oh, my God, very nearly from distance there. Donley again, just from distance, unlucky. Stanley thought that Sunderland Cov game was a very dirty game. Do you think so? I wouldn't have said it was dirty. There was a few bookings towards the end, but like the second half, there was a few things, a few tackles flying in, but first half, it was pretty drab. Jim, when did Adama Traore sign for Fulham? He signed for Fulham in about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. He's been there a while. He's got, as I say, his contract is up this summer, so he's available on his free. He's still only 29. You've got to remember, Adama Traore played for Spain. He's a Spanish national player. And I think he's one that there's players, there's teams that would look at and go, we can get something out of him. Bearing in mind Everton, I keep saying Everton with Adama Traore. Everton haven't got much money to spend, They need pace. They're desperate for pace. They haven't got any money to spend, and their best attacking outlet, Iliman Ndiaye, has, I think, 7 goals and assists all season. Adama Traore has 8, most of them off the bench for Fulham. So, available on a free, 29 years old, I think Adama Traore to Everton's one to watch. Callum Nunes may be off to Napoli. Well, apparently, Al-Akhli have made a £140 million joint offer to get Nunes and Luis Diaz before the end of the Premier League season, or at least before the end of May, so they can compete in the Club World Cup. So would we accept 140 million quid for them? Valencia 1, Getafe 0. Getafe, as they call them. Great shot from distance there from Stockport. It's headed away. And is it Beckles? I don't know who it is who's just on the ground there. Got a full force of the shot straight to his head. Knocked him over. No, it's Green. Edmonds Green. Jim Gyökeres, the former Championship player. Gyökeres Alvarez going to cook. No, listen, Alvarez. There's no way they sign Gyökeres and keep Alvarez. You might sign Gyökeres, but I think Alvarez is leaving Atleti. Almost certainly. Jim, who do you think wins the playoffs? Who do I think wins the playoffs? I think Stockport. I do think Stockport turn this round. I think they're the obvious ones coming up from League 1. I think from League 2, we're doing Notts County against Wimbledon in the League 2 playoff semi-final, and I do fancy Wimbledon in that one. I don't know why. I've got a good feeling about Wimbledon this season. And in the Championship playoffs, I think Sunderland. Yeah. Especially after the way that finished last night, the Coventry game. I think they've got to have done better. They've got to have got at least a point, or at least a draw rather, out of that home game. And when they didn't, it becomes really difficult. Jim, hold on. Adama Traore is Spanish. He certainly is. One appearance for the Spanish national team when he was at Wolves. He's definitely got some pace on him. Wonder who's faster, Van der Ven or Traore? The correct answer to that question is Virgil van Dijk. Callum, Mason Getafe, me. Mason Getafe. Oh, Greenwood. He on about Greenwood. Hey, what about them rumours as well? Mason Greenwood to Liverpool. That's one doing the rounds. That Liverpool are apparently bidding 60 million quid for Marseille, to Marseille for Mason Greenwood. Don't know how I'd feel about that. I'm sure that isn't the case, but there seemed to be a lot of noise yesterday about Mason Greenwood to Liverpool. Yeah, wouldn't love that for obvious reasons. But as a player, can't really fault him. He's a very, very talented player. I just don't really like the idea of, let's not talk about that and say we did. But it is a rumour that's doing the rounds. Mason Greenwood to Liverpool, 60 million quid. Jim, as long as Sheffield United and Coventry don't come up, then I'm happy. Well, there you go. Well, it's not going to be Bristol, and therefore Sunderland. By process of elimination, I think you're right. Sunderland's probably the one to come up. Let's get the Time Weir derby back in the Premier League. Quite a few Coventry fans were a little bit upset last night. Stubborno was one of them, and Jim again. Jim, another Coventry fan. Jim Marsden, who came in the chat. Very upset about Coventry throwing it away so late there. That's really smart play. Really good press there from Leyton Orient. Into Aguirre. Oh, he's not got it. Not got it. Jim, he messed it all up, Greenwood. He was a phenomenal player and he made mistakes and messed up. Yeah. As young men with unlimited amounts of money tend to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not excusing that, by the way. But what I'm saying is if you give young, naive boys, young, naive boys, lots and lots of money and fast cars and beautiful women flocking round them. Oh, the mistakes that they make. The mistakes that they make. And that's why you tend to find footballers with, broken homes, marriages, and issues with substances and various vices, and just broken in many ways, physically, mentally. The footballers that tend to do well are incredibly balanced off the pitch. And do you know what? Sir Alex Ferguson knew that many, many years ago. I'll give Alex Ferguson his due. That I remember watching a podcast where Wes Brown was talking about. He went into training and he had to. It was like a whole thing at Manchester United. Alex Ferguson had control, not control, but like if you was making any big purchases in your private life, Ferguson wanted to know about it. So Wes Brown had just broke into the Manchester United team, and he went into training to tell Alex Ferguson about his first house. He'd bought his first house, and it was a big thing for him. And he said, "Oh, I've bought my first home, gaffer." And Ferguson said, "Oh, congratulations, lad. Where is it? Tell me about it." And he said, "Oh, it's a penthouse apartment. It's just above the Birdcage nightclub in Manchester." And Alex Ferguson went, No. Get it sold. Leave now. You're not training. Get out of training. Go home. Get it sold. I'll give you my estate agent's name. You'll get a different house. You're not getting that house. Sell it. If you've not committed, if you've not signed anything, phone them up and cancel it. If you have bought it, sell it. Sell it. You are not living there. And he said, I'm serious, you're not playing for the team if you're living there. And it's stuff like that. He probably saved Wes Brown's career in many ways, because if he had, and a lot of players might not get that guidance nowadays, and players have got a lot more money as well nowadays than they had back then when Wes Brown was first coming through. So you wonder, don't you? You wonder how players who are 17, 18, 19, if they've not grown up with a good base, a good moral compass, or someone around them who can steer them and guide them and say, lad, come on, you don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be don't buy a Ferrari at 17, 18 years old. You've not made it yet. Don't, go out to the club every single night. Right, it's half-time here. Half-time, Leyton Orient 1, Stockport 0. A lead that Leyton Orient scarcely deserve, I've got to say. It's a terrible, terrible refereeing decision that has put Leyton Orient 1-0 up, and the stewards have walked over and they're guiding the referee and his linesman off the pitch. County will be furious. Dave Challoner, the Stockport County manager, is furious. But there's no VAR, so what can we say? It's Leyton Orient 1, Stockport County 0, and it's half-time. Jim, sorry all Cov fans, but I can't stand Coventry or Sheffield. If either of them come up, then I'm going to rugby. Don't mind a bit of rugby either. But yeah, like I said, Wes Brown got suggested by, well, it was more than a suggestion, but basically told by Sir Alex Ferguson, you are not living there, sunshine. Get it sold. And thank God he did. And there's a lot of players who go the other way, isn't there? There are a lot of players who say, no, I'm going out, I'm living that lifestyle, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you do wonder how much more, like Wayne Rooney, right? Wayne Rooney had a good career, but you do wonder if he'd have been if he'd have had a degree of let's say he'd have had 10% of the professionalism that say a Cristiano Ronaldo had in terms of looking after himself physically. Wayne Rooney used to smoke all the time, didn't he? He used to drink all the time when he was in like off season, stuff like that. So you do wonder whether or not that took a couple of years off Wayne Rooney's career. I'm sure he won't be bothered because he still won everything. He was still a phenomenal player, but there's all sorts of things that you have to factor in as a professional athlete, I'm sure. I'm quite a way away from that, but you know what I'm saying. And if Wes Brown got told to sack off his apartment, I can understand it. Edward, good to see you, Edward. How you doing, mate? Right, let's see what else we've missed today. I'm just going through the day's news, and the other stuff that we've missed out. Right. I did have a quiz question for you, but I'm not gonna do it for today because we've not got that many in the chat. So I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. Edward, I'm doing good, mate. Thanks. You had a good morning. Yes, yeah, I had a really good morning, mate. Yeah, really good. It's been an interesting start to this game, to be honest. Leyton Orient 1-0 up, and it was a massive, massive offside decision, which Charlie Kelman scores, and he's a good 4 or 5 yards offside. It's a horrendous decision from the referee. Arsenal are in advanced talks with Leandro Trossard over a new long-term contract. Oh. Oh, no. No. Leandro Trossard to stay at Arsenal. Thomas Partey to stay at Arsenal. I get the feeling that Arsenal fans are going to have a horrendous summer. Because they're talking about signing back these players rather than moving them on and going getting new ones. It's going to be a bad summer for Arsenal. Jim, did I just hear, have you had your Weetabix? Yeah, you did. We've got the adverts on. I'll turn that down actually while we're talking, because we've not really got an awful lot going on in the adverts. I usually just have it on during the half-time break. Rubes, we want moobs. Rubes moobs. Definitely not. But yeah, Leandro Trossard about to sign for Arsenal on a new long-term contract. Trying to see what else we've had news-wise today. Honestly, I've got to. If you haven't seen the goal yet, the offside that was given, it's just been. There's a freeze frame on. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. I'll try and show it you. But look at that. That's how bad the offside was. That's how far offside the player in red was. That's Charlie Kelman. That is how bad it was. I know you can't really see that. Let's see if I move it closer. Will it focus? I don't really want it to focus, actually, because it'll end up putting me out of focus. But you know what I mean. There you go. Charlie Kelman, a good 4 or 5 yards offside. Edward, Fabrizio's just come out and said Zubamendi to Arsenal. Here we go. Yeah. Jim just seen the goal on telly. Isn't it mad that? Because if he doesn't get that flick on there, if Becklers doesn't get the flick on, then the Stockport county defender clears it away and Kelman never gets the ball anyway. But so bad. Such a bad bit of refereeing. Kean Best of Preston. Oh my God. Preston have just put a post out on Instagram saying, "Thank you, bestie." And it was a Preston North End official club post that said, "We'd like to wish the players leaving us this summer the very best of luck for the future." And it says, "Thank you, bestie," with a picture of Kean Best. And Kean Best has retweeted it or reposted it on Instagram saying, good way for me to find out through Instagram. So he's not even, the club haven't even told him that he's leaving. Jim, I'll be back in 10, just nip into the post office. Nice. Okay, no worries, Jim. See you back. See you when you get back. Get us a book of stamps. Get us a book of stamps. I don't know how much are a book of stamps these days. Nobody sends stamps, do they? No, it's not stamps. Nobody sends letters anymore. John Marsden, good to see you, John. How you doing? How you feeling about yesterday, more importantly? And are you watching this game, and have you seen the offside goal that was given when Charlie Kelman scored for Leyton Orient? We're all pretty shocked here at the refereeing decision that was given. No less those Stockport County fans who will be raging. And quite rightly so. Raging. Oh my goodness me. The Adidas kit has just come out for Liverpool next season. Edward, I'm going into town, mate, so I'll be back for the next stream, which is what game? The next stream is going to be Fulham against Everton at Craven Cottage. That kicks off at 3 o'clock. So, yeah, this goes off at about maybe 2:30, 2:15, 2:30. And then we'll have a 25-minute sort of break until the next one. And then we'll restart it 3 p.m. Fulham v Everton. So I'll see you in about then, mate, if you're around. If you're not, then we'll be live at 5:30 for Bournemouth and Villa. And then if you're not round for that one, then we'll be live again at 8 o'clock for Atletico Madrid against Sociedad. Always a big, big day on a Saturday and a Sunday. 4 games back to back. John Marsden, we could have played better. Yeah, it wasn't a great performance, was it, from Cov? But the thing that really sort of ruined it was Van Eerik at the end with that back pass. It just kills the tie, that one. I feel like if it was 1-1, you could have got away with that. 1-1 going up to the Stadium of Light, you had a chance. 2-1, you've still got a chance. But it's certainly, it means you've got to come out and really, really push for an equaliser in the first half, or keep it very, very tight and try and take them to extra time. So you give yourself an uphill battle, and I just wonder whether or not Lampard's team have got the ability to turn that round. Rubes, Fabrizio said Caicedo to Arsenal. Here we go, 5 years ago. What happened with them? Oh, yeah, Fabrizio says all sorts, doesn't he? Can't take him seriously, the lad. My ear's all over the place. What's going on? There's not much left of it, I know, but I've had an absolute shocker here. Yeah, sorry. I'm absolutely stargazing at this new Liverpool away kit. The new Liverpool away kit for next year, because we've got Adidas back and not Nike anymore. Adidas kits they're always the best. Love Liverpool Adidas kits. And yeah, look at that. Oh, you're not going to see it. You're not going to be able to see it, but it's absolutely sensational. Ryan Gravenberch in that like dark green kit with the Adidas. Oh, it's fabulous. Absolutely brilliant. John Marsden, we will win at Sunderland's ground. I thought he'd win last night, to be honest. I thought he'd make it more of a battle in that second leg. But we'll be live for it, John. We'll be live for it. We'll be live for Coventry, travelling up to the Stadium of Light, and we'll see. We'll see how they get on. Edward, what has the club just released the kit like? I don't know about released in terms of released officially, but that is the third kit. Yeah, that's the new the away kit for next year. Rubes, you call that her luscious locks, sunshine. The little girl does that all the time, just like a little flick. It's dead funny. She keeps trying to put my hair into bows and not bows. Well, whatever. I feel sorry for her because she's fighting a losing battle. Absolutely no way you're going to get my hair into anything. Where did you get that picture? Somewhere on it was on me X timeline. I don't know. Yeah, somewhere on X. Summer transfer window. Marcus Rashford being linked with a move to Arsenal. Now then, Marcus Rashford. John Marsden, play up Sky Blues. Rubes, can we get the name of that stadium right? It's not Light. I've got a lisp. I can't quite pronounce it right. So we'll stick with Stadium of Light. Can't say the other word too much on here. So yeah, Marcus Rashford to Arsenal. Could that be a possibility? Arsenal's new kit's come out as well. That just looks like the same old, same old. There's not really any difference with Arsenal's kit. Trying to see what else we've missed. Oh, here we go. Liverpool have held talks with Dean Hyson last week. Talks are positive and Liverpool are pushing hard for the player. Chelsea remain ahead in the race, having offered a massive contract with big wages. Arsenal already in the race, however, are further behind and unlikely to win. Liverpool will push for player in the coming weeks, with the player's decision coming very soon. So yeah, it's between Liverpool and Chelsea for Dean Hyson. Liverpool and Chelsea. Hopefully he makes the right decision and doesn't do what Caicedo and Lavia did. And to be honest, that's got to be the easiest sell in the world for Arne Slot. To Dean Hyson, who is of Dutch origin. Come in, you're going to be playing with Van Dijk, you're going to be playing with me and Gravenberch and Frimpong and Gakpo, and we've got all these Dutch contingents around you. Sipke Hulshoff, Johnny Heitinga, maybe... I don't know. We'll see who else comes in, but I'm sure we'll have some other Dutch players in and around the first team. And yeah, if you come in, then you get all these familiar faces around you. You'll be playing alongside the best centre back in the Premier League's history, maybe one of the best of all time, Virgil van Dijk. Come in, learn your trade alongside him, and you're playing for the Premier League champions. If you go to Chelsea, you've got the same situation that Caicedo had and Lavia had. They haven't won a bean, and they're playing for a team whose manager's going to be changing soon as well. Rubes, he could be the next Danny Welbeck, that Rashford kid. Hey, only if he's lucky. Danny Welbeck's sensational, isn't he? I saw a there was an Opta stats thing where they were showing the fewest chances versus the highest, like XG sort of, expected. I can't remember the exact phrasing of it. It was like expected goals versus chance. Either way, it basically showed that Danny Welbeck was, I think, the third most clinical striker in the Premier League over the last 2 seasons. In terms of actual chances created, he's been unbelievable. So, Danny Welbeck's fantastic. He should never have been allowed to leave Man United. He definitely shouldn't have been allowed to leave Arsenal. We're about to kick off again here at Brisbane Road. Leyton Orient 1, Stockport 0. All the players are out. The referee is just instructing the players to kick off. Come on. Let's turn the volume up. Right, we're off. We're off. Ben, do you think we get Frimpong? Do I think we get Frimpong? Yeah, I think we do. 30 million quid. He's a very, very talented player. I saw that he'd had... I think Trent Alexander-Arnold has lost possession 57 times this season. Like, he's been dispossessed and put Liverpool in danger 57 times this season. Oh, Leyton Orient are in. Chance! What a block at the back there again. It's a corner to Orient. It was a simple long ball forward over the top, and Aguiar got in behind on his left peg as a shot. Great block. I think it's Horsfall who gets the block in, actually. Really, really smart defending. Yeah, it is. Really, really smart defending. It's gone behind for a corner to Orient. But yeah, Frimpong, he's homegrown, which is a big thing. Came through the Manchester City Academy. He is a Liverpool fan, I'm led to believe. He said that he wanted to join Liverpool when he was a kid, but Manchester City's academy was a lot closer, and he was from quite an impoverished family. He couldn't, there wasn't an opportunity for someone to drive him to Liverpool for training so regularly. So Manchester City was a 10-minute bus ride away. So he ended up going and doing that and joining City instead. He was at City for the best part of 10 years. So he qualifies as a homegrown player. So I think, Frimpong would be one to watch. 30 million quid seems like a really, really good deal. Looking forward to us getting someone in at right back. And as I said, Trent has been dispossessed 57 times this season. Frimpong has been dispossessed 57 times in the last 4 years. 4 years. So, he's 4 times as good defensively. And we've seen him get forward and create good chances and score goals as well. So, yeah, Frimpong, I think, is a really, really good one. The only worry is, as you're saying there, Ben, is maybe he's a little bit too good almost, and you don't want to stunt Connor Bradley's development. So, I know I said earlier I didn't want someone like Frimpong, but if we do get him, then, great. We've got two fantastic right-backs at the club. We'll have great depth in that position. But I would rather go for someone else. Edward, who do you think goes up from League One? Stockport? Yeah, I think it's Stockport eventually. They've already had a decent chance here in the second half. Ball gets played forward. And Moxon it is who's just skied it over the bar. Horsfall's just dragged down. Yeah, he's not going to get a yellow card. I thought he was going to get carded for that. Ben, I'd rather get Dumfries because he's 29. Yeah, that's the one. Jake, hope you're well, Key. Do you know when you'll be unbanned on TikTok? Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thank you. Hope you're doing good too. I am a little bit better tonight after my dog's a little bit better today. So it's been a rough weekend, but yeah, a lot better tonight, or today rather. He's had a slightly better night last night. And when will I be unbanned on TikTok? I will be unbanned on TikTok tomorrow. So hopefully I'll be back on tomorrow afternoon for the 12 o'clock game. We'll be live 11 o'clock, Newcastle and Chelsea. So keep an eye out for me on TikTok, and hopefully I am. Edward, Kieran, what's your favourite aftershave? Favourite aftershave. I don't know. I like quite a lot of them, to be honest. I like Paco Rabanne Phantom. That was quite a nice one. Don't mind the old classics, the Joe, sort of Johnny Depp Joe one. Jake, what's wrong with the pooch, mate? He's 6. He's 6 and he's got spinal issues. He's not recovered all that well from them. We had surgery last year. He's a sausage dog. He's a dachshund. And they suffer quite commonly with like back issues because they're so long. He's a lovely, lovely dog, and unfortunately, he had an issue with his spine last year, and we basically got the option to pay best part of $10,000 to keep him with us and do scans and surgery and then medication and all that. And we did that. We ended up paying the money. We paid a fortune to keep him around because we couldn't bear the thought of letting him go. And he was still only a baby, really. So we did that. He recovered all right. He's been all right for the last, 8-9 months. And then literally about 48 hours ago, back legs went. And he's just got progressively worse, started crying, in loads of pain, agony. Took him to the vet. Vet said, surgery could be an option again. But again, it's going to be an absolute fortune, and that we haven't even got it this time. We've not even got it in our power to do that. So maybe surgery. If not surgery, then you're looking at maybe conservative treatment, which is like stick him in a crate, dose him up and make sure he's okay. Doesn't feel any pain, and hopefully in time it recovers, and you give him 2 or 3 weeks to kind of get through it. So that's what we're doing now, is basically just watching, waiting, hoping he manages to get his recovery back. Yellow card there for Orient. Yeah, so just hoping he manages to get his bladder control back as well, because he's not enjoying it at the minute. He's in a lot of pain. It's not a great life for him, but we're just So it's been a bit of a shizer weekend, to be honest. Bit of a poor few days. We've been an emotional household. And it's not just me, obviously, it's me wife, my little girl. They're dead close to him. So, it's not nice. So hopefully it all gets better and we'll see what happens over the next week or so. But if he keeps getting worse, then you kind of have to make a decision for him, don't you? And that's the bit that I'm not looking forward to having to do. Never had to do it before either. And I don't believe in, no disrespect to those that do, but I don't believe in just kind of giving him off to the vet and letting him go into another room with him and leaving him be. You can't do that. You've got to stay with him. You've got to stay with him and go through it with him. So, or at least that's how I feel about it. So, yeah. And it'll probably be me, because you can't have me missus and my little girl. Christ, we'll have to, again, that's another thing, my little girl's. Yeah, I've got to try and find a way to keep her away from it, and you know, she's gonna have to try and wrap her head round it at some point. Jake, bless, hope the pooch gets better soon, bud. Cheers, man. Cheers. Hoping just the football this weekend will take my mind off it a little bit, to be honest. He's at home in the garden sunbathing right now. My missus just been sending some pictures and stuff through. So she's just chilling, giving him some treats. He's dosed up in the garden sunbathing. Hopefully, I don't think he is in any pain. And yeah, she's just letting him have a lounge outside. He's a proper little sun worshipper, so he'll love it in the garden this afternoon. While I'm watching this with you, and hopefully we get a good game of football, or a few good games of football today. Certainly started today with Orient and Stockport. Valencia are 3-0 up against Getafe. Hugo Duro scored his... No, that's not his second. Pepelu scored the first. Lopez the second. Duro the third. So it's 3-0 to Valencia. And it's Mamardashvili in goal, who's had another good game so far. He's going to be a great signing for Liverpool, in Mamardashvili. Great game. Here's Fevrier down the right-hand side. Really, really good play. Stands it up to the far post. Not quite right, that, Fevrier. Again, he's typical of your Adama Traores. So much pace. Can drop a shoulder, can beat a man, no problem. But final ball is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Doku's a little bit like that as well, isn't he? And Diaz, even Luis Diaz for Liverpool. There's a breed of wingers nowadays, and they seem to be so fast, so strong, great at beating a man, but just can't do the final bit. And you don't get too many wingers who can do it all, and that's why they're so there's that top percentile who can do a bit of everything. Yamal, Salah, etc. Rafinha. Lots of rumours about Rodrigo to Liverpool as well, and Rodrigo to other Premier League clubs. Manchester City being linked as well. Right, free kick to County here. There's not really been too many chances in this second half. A couple of half chances. Long ball into the box again. Cleared away by Beckles. Oh, that's really good play. Really, really good play. Unlucky. Good defending by County. That should be a corner. No. Fevrier keeps it in. Oh, it's gone behind for the throw in. There you go. Long ball. Lots of long balls again. Seeing lots of this. Maybe this is just... Is this the Mikel Arteta influence on football nowadays? Lots of long throws into the box. That's what he basically went to PSG with, isn't it? Long throws and set pieces. to try and win at the Parc des Princes. Fevrier with a long throw into the box. Good flick on, comes out to the edge. Norwood back out to Fevrier. Again, drops his shoulder, gets to the byline. And again, horrible crossing. Honestly, you can set your watch by him. You can absolutely set your watch by him, Fevrier. Picks the ball up, drops the shoulder, gets, beats a man, and just can't quite get that final ball right. Oh, that's smart. That's really smart. County have now got Leyton Orient penned in their own half, really, as we approach the hour mark. Fevrier, ball in, better, chance, must be. There's a claim for a penalty and it's given. It's given. It's a penalty and the goalkeeper is raging. It's a penalty to Stockport County. I'm not entirely sure what he's give this for, mind. I'm not entirely sure what he's give this for. Edmund Green isn't quite protesting as much as you might think. Is it a handball or is it a shove? What is it? Oh, it's a handball. Yeah. So it's a long ball into the box, and it's Horsfall getting into the head. Horsfall's about to head it back across goal, and Edmund Green, he's like this. He's like this. He's got the ball. He's got the hand above the head like this. Oh, that's unforgivable. It's a nailed-on penalty. I don't know why players do that. Why do you have players, so many players doing that? Hand in the air, as you go up for the header, putting your hand above your head. Why are you doing it? And it's Oliver Norwood who's stepping up to take this. It's going to be 1-1 Stockport here. Leyton Orient 1, Stockport 0, but it's a penalty to Stockport County for a handball from Edmund Green. And Oliver Norwood, 34 years old, is about to step up and take it. Nervy moments, but he's done it in the big games before, and he does it again. It's 1-1. Keeper guessed right, couldn't get it. 1-1. Leyton Orient 1, Stockport County 1. Great goal from Oliver Norwood. Great penalty, that. Good penalty. Unforgivable, that, though. Seriously unforgivable. How your defender... If your defender jumps up like that and goes like that off a corner, and it hits his hand, he won't be playing next game for me. I'd be taking him off. Take him off the pitch. Can't do that. Yeah, that's top draw, that. Keeper's not getting anywhere near that. Do you know what? There's no excuse for that. No excuse for him having his hand that high. He basically goes like that. He basically bats it away. It's borderline a red card, to be honest. I mean, I know I said yesterday, no red card for the penalty against Bristol City and Sheffield United. That felt a little bit different. That felt at least like he did kind of go like that. There was no intent there to do anything within the rules of the game. Here's County again, driving forward. They're winning the second balls now. Dave Challoner will be a little bit more comfortable with that now. A little bit more impressed with what they've got going on. Jim, don't know if this is true, but apparently Chelsea are in advanced talks with signing Gyökeres. Chelsea shouldn't have any money to spend at all. Wonky golfer, Green should be sent off. Yeah, mate, honestly, I don't know how, if he jumps up like that and he's got his hand above his head and he borderline goes like that, doesn't he? It's like he's batting it away. I don't know how he doesn't get a red card for that. It should have been a deliberate handball. But again, we've had plenty of ups and downs over the last few days with refereeing decisions. Edward still waiting to go to town, waiting on a taxi. Ben, County got a good chance of winning this now, Key. Got them in my acca. Have they got a good chance of winning it? They're winning all the second balls, certainly, and they seem to be yeah, I mean, the problem with Leyton Orient is they're just not keeping hold of the ball. They're just not keeping hold of the ball. It's 2-3 passes and County have it back. And Stockport are just getting a little bit more joy down the flanks. Leyton Orient, again, there you go, one pass, they've lost it. They get the possession back, and as soon as you get it back, it's back with County within 2 passes. Edward, are you enjoying the Iron Brew? You need to try Red Cola. I've never tried Red Cola. The Iron Brew's nice though. Jim, the EFL leagues need VAR, like you say, especially in the playoffs. I mean, I think they need VAR full stop now. I don't understand why there would be no VAR. I don't understand why there would be no VAR. They've all got the benefits of cameras and telly. So just get it up and down the pyramid as high as you can, or as low as you can possibly go. There's no reason why all of League 2 and League 1 couldn't have the use of VAR. But again, for me, I think we do need to look into how it's used. We definitely need to look into how VAR is used. It does ruin the game. And that's the one thing I enjoy about watching these championship games. When the goal goes in and the referee and the linesmen are looking at each other and nothing's been given. Oh, it's a foul. Foul from Williams. Oloafe. That's going to be a yellow card. Yeah, they need to sort VAR out. Apparently, by the way, I didn't know if you've spotted this, but in the Serie A, lower Italian leagues, I think it's being experimented in Serie C and Serie B, maybe. They are trialling next year a new version of offside. I don't think it's Serie B. It might be lower than that, but it's basically they're trialling it in the lower leagues in Italy. It's a FIFA ruling that they're going to try that and they're going to see how it works. A different offside law, whereby Arsene Wenger talked about it the other night, whereby at the minute, offside is if the player, any element of the striker is level or is ahead of the last defender. So if the last defender's here and the striker's like just here, then he's offside, even if it's his toe, right? Whereas, chance, it must be. It's 2-1. It's 2-1. That's how quick it can turn round. That is how quick it can turn round. It was a free kick to County. They've whipped it in. It got to the far post, and it's the captain. It's the captain from the back. Bang, horsefall, great header, wonderful header. Leyton Orient 1, Stockport County 2. Great goal, that. Fabulous goal. Let's just have a look at this back again. Beckles is not happy. The offside, there's no offside. The marking is all over the place. It's all over the place. It's just a stood-up free kick. And it's a free header. It's a free header. That is so easy. Your danger man as well. Who's that marking him? Who is it who's marking him? Who is it? Number 28. Number 28 for Leyton Orient. Who is it? Clare. Sean Clare. Sean Clare tracking Stockport County's danger man, the captain. You really would have thought he'd have tracked hold of him a little bit better there, but Horsfall has just managed to get Stockport County back in front 2-1. But yeah, sorry, Arsene Wenger, the offside rule. Right now, the ruling is that if there's any part of the striker's body ahead of the last defender, then it's offside. The rule is going to be that if there is any part of the striker, the attacking player, that is level with the defender, so it's still going to be a game of inches, but if there's any part of the striker that is level with the defender, then it's onside. So actually now you could have defenders trying to step up like that, so defenders trying to step up, and attackers trying to break the offside trap like that, and there'll be clear daylight between them, but if the striker's back foot is level with the defender's back foot, he's on. Even though you'll look at it and go, he's miles offside, it will look like he's onside. So that is being trialled currently in the lower leagues in Italy to see whether or not it encourages more entertaining football, to see whether it encourages more goals and a different style of play. So the IFAB, the obviously the lawmakers of the game, are looking at that and assessing that over the next couple of seasons, and we might see a big change in the offside rule coming maybe just after the World Cup. So we shall see. And we've seen lots of changes, haven't we, over the last few years? It feels like we've had goal line technology come in, we've had VAR come in, and the fans have embraced them gradually. We all thought that everyone would hate them, but we've got used to it a little bit. But I do enjoy the Championship. The one thing that I really enjoy with the Championship is, and the League One and League Two and any sort of non-top flight league, when a goal goes in, it's a goal. There's no check. It's a goal. The fans can celebrate. They know it's a goal. And it's exactly the same thing we saw today. Charlie Kelman scores. If VAR was in this game, Leyton Orient wouldn't have scored. It would have been ruled out within seconds. But they get the goal. They got the lucky break. Jim, I do kind of think the offside rule doesn't work anymore and needs updating. I think if you're in front of the defender but you're on your own half, then you're onside. Like for corners and stuff, I think they could work and be more entertaining. Yeah, hopefully so. Claim. Ooh, it was a claim for a penalty. Ref says nothing doing. Whoa, Jesus Christ. We very nearly had a Loris Karius situation there. Keeper tried to roll the ball out and the Stockport County defender tried to run from behind him and nearly nicked in front of him there. Ref gave a free kick. But yeah, that is one of the changes that's being mooted. Arsene Wenger was talking about it the other day, that an offside will now be considered... What's now considered offside will now be considered onside. So, big changes afoot there. And it might explain why, to be honest. We do see less goals in games nowadays. The number of goals, average number of goals in a game has plummeted in the last, 10 years. It feels like everyone's become really risk averse in the game. So yeah, we want to see more goals in it, don't we? So I'd like to see rule changes that benefit attacking teams more. And if as a consequence of that we end up with games that finish 6-7 and whatever, for a bit, that's fine. We can all live with that, can't we? Chance here for County. Oh, I think he got given offside there, Carl Wootton. Might have been for handball actually. But we're into the last 20 minutes of this game. Leyton Orient 1, Stockport 2. It'll be a big advantage for Stockport to take back to the second leg. We will, of course, be live for that. For the game at Edgeley Park. Next week. I think it's May the 14th. Is it the 14th? Yeah, 14th. 8 o'clock kickoff. Stockport County against Leyton Orient. We will be live for that one. So if you are a County fan or an Orient fan and you're watching this with us, stick with us. We'll be live for next week's as well. John Marsden, what I miss? It was 1-0 last time I seen. Yeah, it was a great penalty. It was a penalty from Oliver Norwood, who got Stockport County level. And it was because, it was pathetic, John. If you watch it back, a ball gets floated into the box and the Leyton Orient defender, the Stockport County defender's going up to header it, and a Leyton Orient defender's challenging him. And he goes like that, puts his hand above his head and kind of bats it away. It's a clear handball, clear penalty. Maybe should have even been a red card, to be honest, but it was a clear handball and a penalty. Oliver Norwood steps up, 1-1 County, and then about 5 minutes after that, ball into the box, and Horsfall, the County captain, cracking header. Leyton Orient didn't track him at all. Poor defending again. And that has been the tale of the day, to be honest. It's been a pretty poor day for Leyton Orient in that sense. I think the performance has been a bit all over the place. And now, whoa, very nearly Wootton there through. But now we're into the last 20 minutes. Orient are still pushing forward. Here's Kelman. Can he hit it? Oh, hey, that's a penalty, ref. How's he not give that? Oh, that might have been a penalty. That Charlie Kelman was screaming for a penalty. He was screaming for a penalty. Let's see this back. I thought that was a pen, you know. He got into the area, cut back inside on his right foot, and it looked like he was swiped. It might have been soft, but it did look like a penalty. I'm sure they'll see this back. They've got to show us a replay on that. I mean, to be honest, you know what? Actually, given what happened in the first half, given Charlie Kelman's goal should never have stood, if it is a penalty, probably a little bit of justice, isn't it? Probably a little bit of justice. We'll see it back now. Let's have a look. I'm sure they're going to show the replay. The referee Charlie Kelman is screaming at him. I can't believe you've not give this. Kelman, here we go. Cuts inside. Oh, that's a pen. That's a pen. That's a penalty all day, every day. That's a penalty. It's not even close. It's not even close. That's a penalty. And this is what I was talking about in the first half. It's exactly what I was talking about. If there is an assessor in that referee's dressing room, changing room at half-time, it does happen. It does happen, I promise you. And if the referee's made a mistake in the first half, which he did, him and his linesman have made a massive mistake. Charlie Kelman's goal shouldn't have stood. And I said in the second half, I just wonder if there's any 50-50 decisions, maybe this referee looks at it and goes, I'm going to just, I mean, maybe not consciously, maybe it's a subconscious thing. Maybe he just thinks and he looks and goes, yeah, okay, it's 50-50. I'm going to lean towards Coventry a little bit. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But it was Oliver Norwood who just swipes the feet of Charlie Kelman. He's in the box. It's honestly, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. I don't think you'll find a Stockport fan debating that that's not a penalty. It is. It's definitely a penalty. Leyton Orient 1, Stockport 2. It should have been a penalty to Leyton Orient to potentially level the scores. But after that first goal, you might just think justice has been served. And maybe the referee erred. It was a 50-50. Could have gone either way. And he might have just gone, yeah, okay, we'll give it to Stockport. Just on the balance of play from that first half decision. If he's been told that his team have dropped a clanger in that first half. It's a long throw. It's a flick on at the near post. It's come back out to Orient right at the back. They're going to pump this long into the box now. It's going to be a lot of direct play in these last 15-20 minutes. Oh, chance. Cleared behind by County. Desperate stuff at the back now. Wootton is back there defending. Beckler's coming forward. It's going to be another long throw into the box. Good flick on. Chance here. Must be. Oh, good save. Good save. It was Clare who had the shot. And Adai in goal for Stockport, saving it well. Straight at him, to be honest. But he had to get a good touch on it. Good save. Very, very good save. Had to get good hands on it. Claim it. Keep hold of it. Don't spill it. Well done. We have had some changes as well from Orient. I forgot to tell you about 10 minutes ago. Curry coming on for Williams, James coming on for Cooper, and O'Neill coming on for Abdallah. There's another claim for the penalty there. Again, Leyton Orient. They could have had a couple of penalties there. Horsfall dragging him down. That's probably another penalty. Again, I've got no horse in the race here, but you know, I've got a lot of fans who are County, a lot of friends who are County fans as well. You know, a couple of guys who I've worked with, massive County fans. Yeah, I've got to say, I think that was another pen. Orient maybe could count themselves a little bit unlucky not to have those decisions go against them, especially after the one in the first half. But if you're a Stockport fan, you're probably looking at it and going, well, yeah, justice is done. Justice is served, as it should have been. Can't be getting penalties for stuff like that. Not after you scored a goal that was 5 yards offside in the first half. But Orient are now pushing forward last 15 minutes. O'Neill gets into the box. Orient are driving forward quite well here now. Stands it up to the back post. Chance. Ooh, good flick on. It's going to go behind for the corner. Again, it's that man Horsfall. No, it's going to be a throw-in, actually. Throw-in. Real Madrid have apparently made an inquiry to sign Ajax left-back Jorel Hato. Again, he's one that's been linked to a lot of other Premier League clubs, isn't it? Arsenal, Liverpool. Quite a few being talked about with him. Ooh. Galbraith gets a cross in, doesn't quite get anything really on it. And it's game's just starting to fizz out now a little bit. Orient 1, Stockport 2. They keep showing that linesman. He's had an absolute disaster today. Adai sends it long. It just goes all the way back through. It's going to be a goal kick to Stockport County. Right, there's going to be some changes here now for Stockport. Some big changes afoot. Apparently Arsenal are being linked with Brian Mbermo, Nico Williams and Antoine Semenyo. The Juventus kit looks nice. Right, can Orient nick something here before the end and maybe make that second leg back at Esley Park a little bit more interesting? Good luck to former Red Xherdan Shaqiri today, who has the opportunity to become Swiss Super League champion as captain of Bâle. He has been the player of the year in the league with the most goals, 15, and 20 assists as well. Xherdan Shaqiri's basically gone to the Swiss Super League and become the best player. How old is he? I mean, he was always unbelievable, wasn't he, Xherdan Shaqiri? I always felt like Liverpool didn't quite get enough out of him. But I did like Xherdan Shaqiri. 33 years old. Jim, what are you doing after this? I'm staying for the whole day. If you don't mind, mate. Wife's gone to her parents for the night and taking the kids. I was gonna go, but obviously I'm ill, so I can stay here if you don't mind. Hey, if you can stay here with me all day, yeah, no problem. I'll be live all day. I'm only having probably half an hour off between tonight, or between now and whatever time, 10 o'clock tonight. So yeah, stick with me, buddy. Stick with me. Keep talking in the chat. We'll keep chatting back and forth. We need the interaction. So it's all good. Yeah, of course. Be great to have you. And we're doing Fulham and Everton next. That's probably the best 3 o'clock kickoff there is. There's not many. The other 3 o'clock kickoffs today are a bit naff between you and me. City are away at Southampton. Who else is there at 3 o'clock? I forget. City are away at Southampton. Ipswich have got Brentford. And Wolves have got Brighton. Wolves-Brighton might be a good game. Tony, as a neutral watching this game, I had to find someone to say these refs are the worst I've ever seen. Corruption comes to mind. See, my whole thing, Tony, I've got to be honest with you, mate, is I guess it's a life mantra, right? I've always looked at life like this. Never attribute to malice what could be attributed to incompetence. I don't think there's corruption at the heart here. I just think the bad refs. That's my opinion. Again, that's my opinion. I know a lot of people do think there's corruption at the heart of it, and they could be right. I definitely could be wrong. But I tend to try and see the best in people. And in this particular circumstance, I think we've got a young linesman and a referee that's made a few errors in the past. I think it's fair to say. Here's County down the left-hand side, getting into the area. It's cleared away. But yeah, I agree. It's been a poor couple of days from referees, hasn't it? It's not just been in this game. We've seen it in other games, and I guess that shows it's not. I don't think it is corruption. I don't think there is a clear agenda to get Stockport County into the Championship. I don't think there's an agenda to get Sheffield United up to the Premier League. I just think these refs. Do you know what? And they have a difficult job. I'll say that as well, referees. I've gone on record as saying that quite a few times I think referees have it tough. Because how many times have we watched, me and you, right? We're watching a game and we get the benefit of we've not got no fans around us. We've got nobody screaming at us saying, what are you doing? Do this. I can't believe you've not give that. Or I can't believe you have give that. Screaming at you. You've got, top managers and top players screaming in your ear as well, putting pressure on you. People on this side of you saying, you can't give that, ref, that's ridiculous, don't give that. People on this side of you saying, you've got to give that, it's the worst decision you'll ever make in your life. And it's like all this pressure, thousands of people, you've got to make a decision in a split second, right? We get total silence most of the time. We can look at it and we're objective, we can give a balanced view on it. And the benefit of loads of camera angles and slow motion replays and all that, and we still don't get it right sometimes. We still don't get it right. I've seen loads of times, just in how many watch-alongs we do on this channel. We do, we're doing 4 today, we're doing 4 tomorrow. We do them all the time, mate, all the time. And every single, 60 a month, we've done 60 watch-alongs a month across all leagues. And believe me when I say, every league has this problem. Every single league has this problem. So if it is corruption, it's corruption across football. Referees just get it wrong a lot of the time. And you look at a decision and go, I can't believe that. Do you know what? Prime example, the highest level of the game, Inter Milan against Barcelona. I was absolutely nailed on, certain that wasn't a penalty for Inter Milan. I didn't think that was a penalty. I thought that the player got the ball. It looked like a great tackle. The referee also thought the same. And then it got called back and it got given as a penalty. And when I watched it back, I watched the replay back, I still thought, that's not a pen. He's got the ball there. He's got the ball. And then it showed another replay from behind the goal, and you could see that Pau Kabasi got none of the ball, all of the man, and Lautaro Martinez knocked the ball away. So it took 3 replays and probably about 2 minutes for me to come to the conclusion it was definitely a penalty. And I'd gone full circle. The referee's got to make that decision in a half a second. And in a game like this, he's not got VAR as well. So it's unsurprising they do get some things wrong. Oh, there's a claim there. There's a claim there. He's given. Horsefall. It's another handball. It's a penalty to Leyton Orient here. It's a penalty to Leyton Orient. Another talking point here. Let's see. Is it a penalty? 87 minutes on the clock. The ball gets whipped in, and I don't know who the striker is who gets a touch on it, but it hits Horsfall in the hand. That's what the referee's pointing at. Dave Challoner's not happy. Dave Challoner is not happy. And all the players are surrounding the ref. They're screaming at him. Aguirre with the ball in for Orient. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I mean, his hand's up here. His hand is up here. It's... You don't like to see it given, but it is handball. You don't like to see it given, but it hits his hand. That is... yeah, I mean... It's tough. Again, I think in the Champions League, that gets given. Tony, what do you think? What do you think, Tony? For me, in the Champions League, that gets given. It's going to be Kelman here who steps up to take it. Could be 2-2 here, going back to Edgeley Park. And what a game that's going to be, if indeed that is the case. Charlie Kelman steps up. 2-2. There you go. Leyton Orient 2. Stockport 2. Unbelievable game, this. There's been some big decisions. And look, if you're a Stockport fan, you're probably bemoaning both of those decisions, to be honest. The first one was definitely miles offside. It was a terrible decision from the linesman. And Stockport County can feel aggrieved at that. I think that one, it's an handball. It hits his hand. It hits his hand. It's in the area. His hand is above his head. I think that's a penalty. Yeah, I do. I think that's a penalty. You can't have your hand up here. If it hits your hand in the box up here, it's a penalty. I'm sorry. It is. You can't have your hand out like that and it hits your hand. It's a penalty. So I've no problem with that. I think also Leyton Orient are lucky or unfortunate rather not to get a penalty before that for Ollie Norwood's foul on Kelman. Tony, all set up for a cracker second leg. I'm watching that. We'll be live here, mate. May the 14th. May the 14th, 8 o'clock. I'll be live from 7 p.m. for... Donnelly's just gone over the advertising board there. It's a corner ball to Leyton Orient. They're pushing forward here to try and get the winner. But yeah, we'll be live for that one. 8 p.m. kickoff, 7 p.m. we'll be live on the 14th of May. Edgeley Park, Stockport County against Leyton Orient. 2-2 here from the first leg. And there's still time here yet. It's a corner to Leyton Orient. We could get a winner. I'll tell you what, if Orient pinch this, County will be furious. They'll be raging. Ball into the box. It's in! Oh, just over the bar. Omar Beckles, have you missed it? Just over. Whew, it's finished strong, this game, hasn't it? Tony, may the 14th be with you. Very nearly 3-2 Orient there. We're into the final 6 minutes of added on time. 6 minutes. Goodness gracious me. I think we might get one more in this, you know. I think we might get one more. County are about to make quite a few changes. Are they? Who's coming on? Moxon gone off. Let's have a look. Right, Bailey's coming on for Stockport. For the last 5 minutes. Moxon and Oloafe off. Camps and Bailey on. It's going to be a long ball up the pitch from the goal kick. From Adai. Leyton Orient winning all the second balls now. In the first half, it was all County winning those. Now, Leyton Orient seem to be pushing forward and picking up those second balls. That's usually a good determiner for who actually wins a game of football. What do the second balls look like? Who's got the most intensity? Who's winning them? Clock stopped. Oh, crikey. Sorry. Cheers, Jim. Right, hang on. Let me sync it back up. Right, we're synced back up. There you go. We're back live again. We're all synced up again. My own fault. Great ball over the top. Again, Orient are in down this left-hand side if they get it right. Good ball in. Cleared away again by that man, Horsfall. He's had a good game, him at the back. I know he's given a penalty away, but he's done well. Scored a goal. Gave a penalty away. He's had an eventful day, the county captain. James. Orient. Chance. Oh, it's another handball. There's another claim for a penalty. Oh, that's a free kick to county. So another claim there. I think this might have been more of a penalty than the first one, actually. Let's see. That's not. Oh, what about that one? What about that one? Let's see it back. Hang on. He hits it. The first one's not. He hits it. That one's fine. Here, this one. We don't even see it, really. We don't see it. That one's not. No. It did look like it a little bit. It looked like he had his hand out, but again, no. It's 2-2. Still 2-2. Flick on. And Orient knocking it long again. They've gone direct in these last few minutes. We've got 3 minutes to go here. It's mad, actually, that Dave Challoner, who kind of pioneered the long throw in football, County don't use it all that often, but Leyton Orient do. Oh, County have nicked it on the halfway line. There's a chance here if they get this right. Tony, this game's an advert for VAR. Yeah, you would imagine if it had been VAR, then I would imagine we'd have seen... It probably would have finished 2-0, wouldn't it? You know, I don't think Leyton Orient's goals get given. Oh, no, maybe the second one probably does, actually. The second one probably does. But then, equally, there's probably... If we did have VAR in this game, I think the second penalty gets given and the first one... The Charlie Kelman foul. I think that was a pen. If you look at Ollie Norwood's tackle on Charlie Kelman, that was a penalty. That really was a penalty. So I think that would have been flagged by VAR, and I think the handball probably would have been flagged by VAR. Jim, not a pen for me. Do you think all the correct decisions were made in the Brighton-Newcastle match? I do. No, I don't. I really, really don't, actually. The foul from Tonali, where he comes through the back, he flies through the back of... is it Welbeck? I can't remember who it is. Tonali flies through the back of someone in the Brighton penalty area, and for me, it was a penalty to Brighton. All day, every day. Tony, we'd be here all day with the VAR. I know, and that's the benefit of it, isn't it? When the ref says a goal or he says a penalty, we know it's a penalty. That's why I quite like watching these lower league games, because you know it's a goal, you know it's a penalty, and if you're in the stadium, you can celebrate. You don't have to worry about this might be checked, and you're kind of half celebrating, and then you've got to wait to really be excited. It's a bit crap, innit? I'd actually quite like teams to have a certain number of challenges. I wouldn't mind that style being brought in. Do you know, like in cricket, you get a certain number of challenges to the referee's decision, and once you've used those number of challenges, if the referee's had a bad day, then, you know, you've used all your challenges. Unlucky. I wouldn't mind something like that. That might be one thing to look at. But there definitely needs to be reform on these rules, doesn't there? Because the balance at the minute it's just far too much in favour of wasting time on pointless VAR decisions, 2-3 minutes on decisions that we know straight from the off. Good claim. Right, we're into 30 seconds or so here to be added on. I would imagine the referee blows up as this goes forward. Last attack of the game. County, put it in the box. Chance here. County, it's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner, and the ref's going to let this be taken. But in the 98th minute of time added on, he only gave 6 minutes. We're in the 98th minute here. 98th minute. Jim, yeah, it was very tight, but I think the correct decision was made. That was the closest one, though, for sure. Yeah, all the others I was fine with, to be honest. And I think VAR got those others right. It was the right decision, and that's where VAR has been successful. You know, where the referee gave decisions, and then when it was called, like the Murphy one, Murphy runs clean through, or is it Willock? Sorry, Willock let's not call him Murphy. Willock runs through on goal, and he gets given the penalty, and it's the clearest dive you're ever likely to see. Right, there you go. It's full time. It's Leyton Orient 2, Stockport County 2. And what a return leg that is going to be at Edgeley Park on the 14th. Tuesday night, that, isn't it? It's a Tuesday night. 11th Sunday, Monday 12th, 13th Tuesday, 14th Wednesday. Right, so Wednesday night, we will be there for Leyton Orient, Stockport at Edgeley Park, or rather Stockport, Leyton Orient at Edgeley Park for the big second leg. 2-2 from the first. I would imagine we'll see goals in that one as well. And yeah, what a really good game that was. I enjoyed that. Good game. Lots of contentious decisions. Good chat as well. Appreciated having you in there, gents. Good chat. We'll be live again in about 15 minutes' time. I'm just going to go and get a brew. And a quick toilet break, and then we'll be back. I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm just going to set up the live for Fulham against Everton. That's our next game here on Premier League Dad. If you want to stay with me, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Fulham against Everton. As well already, I will remind you, if you haven't yet, go and check out Match Bingo. Go and get your bingo card for these 3 p.m. kickoffs in the Premier League. Fulham against Everton is the game we're going to be covering. If you go and deposit, if you go and set up an account at Match Bingo, you deposit £5, you get £10 free, and you can do so by clicking the link in my description, or you can scan the QR code that's on the screen right now. It's about, is it there? Where is it? There. Let me, there, about there-ish, there. Oh, that's a bit. There you go. It's there. Go and check it out, Match Bingo, and I will see you all in about 10-15 minutes